Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aso, this is Aso Tarot, and tonight's pick a card reading, we are going to be looking at somebody who is having thoughts about you late at night, and we're going to be seeing what those thoughts are about and what you need to know about them. So I'm actually really excited to do this reading today because we are also doing an extended, and it's going to be an 18+ extended. I haven't done one of those in a while, but essentially to break down the reading, we're going to start by using oracle cards to see first who is thinking about you, see the overall status of the connection as it is right now, and then how they are currently seeing you, because that will help me kind of understand what where their perspective is at in terms of their thoughts. Then we're going to use tarot to look at their actual thoughts about you, see what they're thinking about late night. Then we are going to use channeled messages to clarify those tarot cards so that we can go a bit deeper, and then we'll finish off with guidance. And then if this resonates and you would like to join me for the extended, we are going to be doing an 18+ reading. So we are first going to see what about you is attractive to them / turns them on. We are also going to be looking at their fantasies and desires, and I will not be holding back if they are very 18+. And interestingly, the topic of a secret from their higher self. So their higher self is going to spill a secret about this person to you. I almost didn't include this, but I felt like I had to, so I'm very excited to see what that's going to be about. We're also going to get tons more channeled messages and just see what this person wants you to know, and we'll finish off with final guidance. So very juicy reading that I am very excited to get into. So let's go ahead and look at our 4 different piles of tarot cards and towers. So starting with pile 1, we are going to be using the Synesthesia Tarot, and I also have this ruby or a quartz tower. And then for pile 2, we are going to be using the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, and we also have this aura rose quartz tower. And then for pile 3, we are going to be using the Hide Tarot, and on top of it is this Aqua Aura Quartz Tower. These are not easy to say. And then finally for pile 4, we are going to be using the Wild Unknown Tarot, and we also have this Aura Clear Quartz. I feel like it's called Angel Quartz sometimes. I don't know, but they all got like the aura thing going on. They're pretty. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to decide which pile you feel most drawn to. It is absolutely okay to be drawn to more than one. In this case, you might get a pile that is yourself. If you get yourself, you can pick another pile. Unless you want to hear about yourself and maybe test my reading accuracy to see if that is what you're thinking about. Would be happy to know that too. But once you've picked your pile or piles, you can go ahead and scroll down to the description box or the comment section where I will have all the timestamps listed below, as well as the links to the extended. And once you have picked your pile or piles, I will see you in your reading. Hi there, pile 1. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Ruby Aura Quartz and the Synesthesia Tarot, this is going to be your reading. Now, to make sure this is your reading, we are going to do an energy check first. If you want to see a full breakdown of the reading, I have one in the intro, but what we are going to do is look at who is thinking about you, the objective energy of the connection, and this person that is thinking about you, how they perceive you. So to start with who is thinking about you, we have the life of the party and the sacral chakra with explore. And I just want to mention, if you do get yourself, you can absolutely watch this reading, but if you get yourself, I would pick another pile because it probably is about you. But I mean, if you want to see if what I channel is accurate for your thoughts, I mean, go right ahead. In terms of the energy of this connection, we have haunted staircase, don't let what ifs haunt you, regrets, unsaid words, missed opportunities, and then how this person is seeing you. We have the burned bridge and 27 illusion with the heart chakra. I literally just turned my head, girl, fuck him. Hopefully this is further than 30 seconds into the video, but if you're like, I know who this is and I don't want to hear about it, pick another pile. I'm sending all my peace and love to you. But for those of you who are sticking around. This is definitely somebody that you're not on good terms with, somebody that you have likely burned bridges with, because they're clearly recognizing you as a burned bridge. Now, I definitely feel like the person that is thinking about you is someone who is not very good at taking things seriously. I'm hearing the song Play Hard by Cruella in my head, which is like, I'm not a music expert, so it's like EDM-y, dancey, like techie music. And it's party music that would fit here. And I feel like this person that is thinking about you is someone who is definitely regretting the way that they have treated you, but they would never want you to know that they even think or feel that way. In fact, I don't think that when they met you or that when you were involved with them that they intended in feeling anything more deeply, unless they said something like that, like they wanted to explore more with you. I feel like they either didn't take you seriously or they did something for you to be like, all right, you know what, screw you, I'm over this, I'm over you. Because it seems like the way they're perceiving you, like you have very much made it clear, like as ruby red as this stone, like you have made it clear, like no, like you cannot cross this bridge anymore. Like, yeah, I feel like it could have been the case that this person took advantage of your kindness or said that they were going to do things differently. It just seems like they didn't take you or your connection seriously. And I think that they either didn't think you were going to leave, or they got fed up or you got fed up with them. Whatever happened here, they definitely see you as someone who is not putting up with them anymore. Like, they're down here, you're all the way up there. And I feel like for them, they are kind of like, if you still have this person on social media, you'll probably see them out a lot. Honestly, I think some of these late night thoughts could be happening while they're like literally out and about, like possibly in a club or with their friends while they're partying. I definitely think that this person is down bad for you. And I think that what's kind of shitty, well, I guess this is not my place to input, but I do feel like it was almost like, I think this person didn't realize what they had right in front of them until it was gone. And I think this is especially the case because we have this Explore card here. I feel like this person has really just been trying to have fun. And for some, I'm hearing that they could have like a trauma response to life where they just don't like to take things seriously and they just like to keep things on the surface because going deeper is either too painful or it's just something where if they've been through a lot, they've just wanted to explore life. And like, I think that they're also too in this state where they don't like throwing pity parties for themselves. They don't really like to show emotion, and if they did, it's gonna be a joyful one. You know, they have this very like, I don't care attitude, and I don't care if I upset you, I don't care if you don't like my behavior, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. And I definitely think that they are totally acting like, I would be willing to bet they don't bring you up or mention you at all. Like, if anyone's asked about you, like, I feel like this person is silent. They are acting like nothing is wrong. And with this Explore card here, I feel like when it comes to you, they were in a very exploratory phase of just being like, just wanting to see what was out there, wanting to sow their wild oats, like just do their thing. And I think that they see now in hindsight that you were something different. The fact that we have this illusion card here with the heart chakra, remember, this is their perception of you. So I feel like this person either doesn't believe in love, didn't believe in love, or didn't think that their feelings for you were anything deeper than just lust or desire. I feel like also with this Life of the Party card, I do get some Gemini or Sagittarius vibes. They certainly don't have to be. I get a lot of fire energy, honestly. With you being the burned bridge, you could be like an Aries, Leo, or Sag. This one also gives me Mercury energy. So Virgo or Gemini, which this person is giving me kind of Gemini as well. But with this as well, I feel like January could be a significant date. And this person could be 29. Doesn't have to be, but they could. That was just random stuff. Getting that out of the way. I do feel like this person thinks about what they wish they would have done, what they didn't do. With this Haunted Staircase card, I definitely feel like this connection is in the past. You either don't talk to this person at all, or it's like you guys look at each other's stories, or like maybe, or if you're not on social media, you might hear about one another through the grapevine, or you might not even have any way of communicating or acknowledging this person, but they definitely still think about you, and they think about, I don't know, well, I guess we're gonna see what they think about, but the point of who this is in this energy check is that this person definitely is very attracted to you, and they're very kind of carnal in their desires. Like I get a bit of a hedonistic vibe from this person, where they are really just trying to experience life and explore life and discover what life has to offer in terms of like pleasure and fun. And I feel like this person still isn't ready to take life seriously, but I think that they recognize that you are something serious that they didn't treat well enough, or they didn't treat right. Like they see you as being long gone, and I think that they might be in denial a little bit, either about their feelings for you, or they've had this realization that their feelings for you were not something just like lusty. They were something much deeper. And now I think they're realizing, you know, some of the things that they thought were important, some of the things they thought they enjoyed were not what they thought they were. I feel like with this illusion card, this person's having a hard time deciding what's real and what isn't. I think that this person has used kind of the more casual aspects of life as a way to make them feel safe. And I also think that this person is someone who is excited and motivated by trying new things and experiencing life. They could be a very like sensory type person. I just feel like they've really been focused on living life for them, and I think they got caught up in that and didn't realize either the way that they treated you, or realize that it's either setting in now that what they did wasn't okay, or it's setting in now that they're really either regretting how they treated you, or regretting whatever happened between the two of you, and regretting that they hadn't done things differently. I feel like it's kind of this thing where like this person kind of has this energy of like, sorry I'm saying the F word a lot, but it's coming through a lot, so this person must say the F word a lot. I like saying fuck too, so that makes two of us. But with this Life of the Party card, it's just like fuck, like, well, I guess I should just keep partying then. Like I feel like there's a bit of this person where the more awareness they have around this connection, or the more it comes into their awareness, the harder they push into like either partying or distracting themselves and exploring other things. I feel like they have honestly a genuinely hard time thinking about you, thinking about this connection. And I think that they are, honestly, if you see them on social media, if you're connected with them that way and they're like partying and stuff, they are literally doing it. Well, not only because it's like how they socialize and kind of a lot of what their life is about right now, but also, you know, they're doing it more aggressively to kind of try and forget you, forget this, I feel like this is someone who wouldn't even like want to admit to having feelings, wouldn't want to admit to really anything going on. I feel like this person likes to keep things really light and really casual, and I feel like they found something in you that they had never found with someone else, and I feel like that was maybe a real authentic connection. And I think that this person was still too focused on what was out there, what was potentially out there, what could be for them, and so they didn't see what was right in front of them when they had it. But there's definitely a distance between the two of you. There's no doubt about that. By the way, we are going to be doing an extended version of this reading that is 18 plus, if you want to check that out. We are going to be looking at what about you turns them on and what they're attracted to about you. And we're also going to be looking at their 18+ fantasies and desires. We will also be getting a secret from their higher self, which I didn't know why that was coming in, but their higher self really wants to drop you a secret, tell you a secret about them. So we're going to look at that, and then we're going to get tons of channeled messages and some final guidance. So if this reading resonates and you're enjoying it, definitely feel free to check that out down below. So, Spirit, what is this person thinking about in regards to pile 1? What are their late night thoughts about pile 1? We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Wands. Okay, so we've got 2 tans. What else, Spirit? What else are they thinking about late night? About pile 1. Ha! And you're 1 too. Okay, we have the 8 of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Wands. And one more card, please. Bottom of the deck, we have the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands, which I wasn't even going to do the bottom of the deck. But this King of Wands is not this person. This person may have like an intense relationship with their father, or someone, it could be like someone that's a masculine figure in their life, whether it's a boss, a father, an uncle, grandfather, older brother, whatever it may be. They really look up and admire this person. They aspire to be like them. It's interesting because this person is definitely in a mode where it does seem like their career is something especially important to them. We only have I kind of want to move these around, sorry. We only have earth and fire here. And so I feel like this person, which I mean makes sense because first of all, they're definitely, in terms of emotions, they're more emotionally unavailable. But I think they mainly think about, in terms of you, with this 10 of Pentacles and this 10 of Wands, I feel like they saw you as having it all together or something very stable. For some of you, I feel like they could have seen like settling down with you or something more serious, and I feel like that was just not what they were looking for. But I also think with this 10 of Pentacles being here, this could have been something that they were focused on, or they could have even honestly just felt like you were looking, whether you explicitly stated this or not, I do think that this person was thinking like, oh, pile 1, you know, they need someone more solid. They need someone that's not me. And I feel like this person is having to evaluate what truly matters to them. I also think that your presence with this 10 of Pentacles as well is making them think a lot about their family life. So I don't know if like your family, like your upbringing was very different to theirs. Like maybe, for example, if you grew up with a very loving family, for example, and this person did not, they might think like, oh, well, I'm not going to be the right person for them. They need someone very loving. Or maybe vice versa, you know, it could be something where this person worries about what your family thinks, especially if you have an affluent family, or a family that has really intense expectations of you. I feel like this person might have been thinking like, oh, well, I can't be that for them. Or it could be that this person has family expectations with this 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands that they can't push aside. So for some of you, it could be something where, if I'm being honest though, it's probably more about fear of judgment from your side of life, from your family, because I do think that this person, even if they do have a judgmental and overbearing family, not saying that your family is judgmental and overbearing, but this person might have that perception or they might fear that. But if their family, this life of the party person, if their family is overbearing and judgmental, I do think that is part of the reason why they have been pushing so hard into this party lifestyle and this escapist, debaucherous, hedonistic lifestyle. I almost feel like this person has taken it on as a bit of a personality trait. And I honestly think that they see you as a high value person. And I think that they don't value themselves very much. Because with this Ten of Wands here, first of all, they're very unbalanced. And it's even shown in this Ten of Wands card, which I like. I feel like they recognize that they didn't give like much effort or energy into this. Like I almost even feel like too, like if you're very well off financially, or just at the very least financially stable, like you could be giving Nine of Pentacles vibes, like very independent, secure, like young baby Tate, like I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that bitch, like gonna get that bag and I'm not gonna take your shit, like that kind of energy. I feel like this person could have felt like they didn't bring much to the table. It was almost like, you know, being like your energy made them feel less than. It made them feel more insecure. I also feel like with this Eight of Pentacles card being here as well, I think that they're very focused on their career, or if they weren't before, either what you do in your career or the career success that you've had has inspired them to want to be more ambitious or work harder on their career. That, or they recognize that they I feel like for some, they wish that they would have put more effort and energy into this. But also, I think the thought of investing in this was very overwhelming to them. Like, I feel like they kind of had this one foot in, one foot out kind of energy where they saw something really solid with you. They saw you as a solid person. And I think the idea of being solid is something that scared them. Like, I don't know if I could be solid. I don't know if I can lose something like this. Or I don't even know if I want to be open to something that I could lose, if that makes sense. Which, it's interesting with this Eight of Pentacles. We have 5 Pentacles upright and then 3 on the ground. And then we do have this 3 of Pentacles. And, you know, the 5 of Pentacles represents things like loss, lack mentality. Could be depression, financial hardship, things like that. And I think that this person is kind of running away from the fact that they're the problem, which you might be like, yes, thank you. But like, they know that they're the problem. But I think that they have kind of brushed away any flack that they've gotten or any criticism that they've gotten, because they're like, man, other people are taking life too seriously, or you guys are just, you know, getting too worked up, like it's not that serious. And I think that this person is realizing that they've shied away from the serious aspects of life for so long that problems are actually starting to pick up. And I feel like there's a lot where they're just kind of thinking like, oh, pile 1 said this to me, or pile 1 would do this, or pile 1 would do that. And the interesting thing is, for some of you, you may not have known this person for very long, but you made a huge impact on them. And I feel like there's a part of them that wonders like what would have happened if they had worked harder, what would have happened if they had worked with you. But I do feel like there's this underlying sense of worthlessness with this person where they almost kind of, whenever they start to think about that, like what if I had done things differently? What if I had changed things? I think they kind of regress into this mindset, like, nah, it wouldn't have worked anyway. Like, I wasn't invested enough. Like, they would have been pulling all their weight, blah, 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 blah. But then with this Page of Wands and this 3 of Pentacles, I feel like this is kind of reiterating to me, like, I'm the problem energy. But also, I think that this kind of speaks to where they are at maturity-wise. I feel like for some of you, no matter how old this person is, I think they are kind of immature. Or if they had to be really serious growing up, or like, for some of you, I feel like this person may have had to be really serious for a long time. And so this is kind of just the opposite extreme, where they are just wanting to be careless, wanting to have fun, wanting to have no consequences. I feel like they're recognizing how their behavior led to this burned bridge. But I feel like they're like not ready to let go of it yet. I feel like they're in like with this King of Wands, I feel like they do aspire to be like someone that's of higher stature in life, that has achieved something more. Maybe you're this King of Wands, where like they just view you as like maturity wise, and the king doesn't have to represent a masculine energy. It just represents the most evolved energy of all of the court cards of Wands. I feel like this person almost maybe felt like you're eons ahead of them. Like, I mean, even in this card, you can kind of see it. And it seems like since you two have parted ways, it seems like they haven't progressed much, and you've either progressed a lot, or from what they've heard about you, they just feel like they feel a little embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think there's a part of them, they're kind of split with this lifestyle that they have, where they're like, well, I'm only young once and I'm only getting older, so I might as well be young, I might as well have fun. But I think also, like, what they are desiring and what is actually satisfying for them is starting to change. And I think that your presence and your influence, and even though it's not a physical one, which I mean, it could be, if you're in the same physical environment with this person, I would say it's because you either work at the same place, or you run in similar circles, or you have like mutual friends that work and they hear about you. But I feel like you've made this person realize that the lifestyle that they're leading is not going to be something that they want forever. I feel like they worry a lot about, like, it's kind of interesting because, like, a lot of these cards aren't necessarily, like, none of these cards, first of all, are swords. So there's not a whole lot of thinking. But I think the thoughts that come through are what they immediately try to bury, because they're very uncomfortable with dealing with them. Like, they're too overwhelming. With this 10 of Wands, it's like, I can't deal with the heaviness and the density of these energies, of these feelings. And I think, honestly, a lot of the heaviness and density is not even just like the active connection, but the fact that either they may have hurt you, or the fact that they kind of fumbled the bag with you. They regret what happened, whatever happened between the two of you. And so I think with this 3 of Pentacles here, they sometimes think about, like, well, what if one day, like, we, maybe one day we could work something out, or, like, at the very least, they see you as an inspiration for them to start creating a solid foundation for themselves. But I feel like at the same time, they're, like, not ready to change the way that they're living. Like, I feel like there's half of them that's aware of this and half of them that's not aware of this, in the sense that their conscious mind is very much focused on, like, whenever an uncomfortable feeling comes up, or whenever an uncomfortable thought comes up that doesn't portray them in the best light, or doesn't get them in a party mood, they immediately kind of push that off to the side and look for something fun to do, look for something to explore. And I think that if you have any hurt feelings around this person, and I'm not telling you how to feel in any way at all, especially given that this is a general reading, and what this person may have done could vary widely depending on the person watching. But I definitely think that this person, no matter what, they either see you as someone that kind of gave them an uncomfortable wake-up call, or you kind of keep coming back into the forefront of their mind. And I feel like with that illusion card, they might be like, oh, like, that's over, I need to let go of that. But I feel like they can't help but have a few regrets. I feel like in terms of their thoughts, they try to suppress them. So a lot of their thoughts are kind of subconscious. It's kind of energy that I'm picking up rather than their conscious thoughts, because their conscious thoughts are in denial right now. They're a lot about, no, this is fine, this is all good. And I think that they spend a lot of their mental energy finding fun things to do so that they don't have to think. And when they are thinking, or they are in an uncomfortable energy, they are like, okay, they don't sit and process it. So, like, if the thought of you came up, they're not thinking, oh, you know, pile 1 is coming up in my mind because I really regret what I did to them, blah, 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 blah. It's, oh, why am I thinking about pile 1? Like, that's over, that's in the past, like, I need to move on. Like, and they might feel like a tinge of regret, or they might have a flashback to something they said or something they did, or like your face when they did something, or how you made them feel. And it's like, no, like, where's the drugs? Like, where's the fun? So I feel like this person really just is kind of in a running place where they're trying to escape and avoid things. But I think that your energy, even though you may not be in their life, is a grounding force and kind of a wake-up call for them. And so while they may not be thinking about it, they're running from that. And so I think that that's definitely going to be something that it's like their late night thoughts are, I think that when they're not busy and when they have no choice but to think about you, honestly, I think a lot of what they think about is if you have been physical with this person, which we're going to look at this stuff in the extended, I think they think a lot of like sexual things about you, even if you haven't been with them. Obviously, if this is not a romantic interest, which I have set the intention for this to be a love reading, so if this is not a love reading, take what resonates. But I definitely do feel like this person feels like they need to get their shit together. And I think that your influence only intensifies that. And I think that this person doesn't really know what all of this is. So they are trying to distract themselves with what's real and escape from what is not real, which is like their inner feelings, their emotions. I feel like they're really just trying to keep life dense right now and keep life literal, and life saying, you thought, no. So I'm going to clarify these now with some channeled messages using my lovely friend Lorraine's channeled messages. If you have never checked out the Hermit Tarot, what is wrong with you? You need to check her out right now or after my video, or pause this video, go check her out, and then come back. Anyway, let's see. Spirit, can you clarify the Ten of Pentacles? Okay, yeah. So there's that Nine of Pentacles coming out. You are so beautiful. Why do you need me? Like, they are definitely thinking about the fact that, like, you know, you got it going on. You're kind of like Stacy's mom. What about the Ten of Wands? What about the Eight of Pentacles? Can you clarify that? What about the, okay. Whoa, all right. So we got a lot going on. And I feel like, okay, we're going to put you here. And we're going to put these here. Yeah, on the back of the deck we have, I just want you all the time. And honestly, this person is very good in terms of like kind of masquerading their energy. You definitely make them feel insecure. But let's talk about this Page of Wands, because this came out like so fast. We have, Do You Think About Me Too, which would be the Ace of Swords. We have Love Me and You Make My Heart Full. And I feel like that is just something where they don't know how to deal with that. They don't know what to do with that. And so it's like, I almost feel like for some of you, this person could act out in very immature ways and like purposefully self-sabotage, because they're like, I can't handle feelings like this. I can't handle truth like this. I feel like this person hasn't kept it real, to be honest, for a very long time. And I think as a result, they are struggling to come to terms with whatever happened. Because honestly, I feel like this is less about their late night thoughts and more about what they do at night to escape their thoughts about you in the first place. So clarifying the Ten of Wands, we have you so many choices and options. And I think this goes back to the fact that like this person feels like they couldn't invest the same amount as you. And not only that, I think that they get insecure about like who could be interested in you. Like, you know, with this, you are so beautiful, why do you need me? Like, you already have such a solid foundation. And I think that they also get overwhelmed with the fact that like, even if you guys did work things out, even if things did, even if this person did change, it's like, they could do so much better than me. And like, can't fix a low self-esteem partying, who's ever thinking about pile one. But with the Eight of Pentacles, we have I'm a very jealous person. And I definitely think that this, first of all, if you have a similar workplace, or you like work in the same place, or you know mutual people that work in the same place, I do feel like there could be a coworker or mutual friend that is interested in you, or that gives you attention. And I think that this person does not like that. But for others of you, I feel like with this Eight of Pentacles being here, if you have a very fulfilling career or like a very fulfilling life on your own, I think this person is very jealous of that. I think they're very jealous of your security. And I don't even mean this in terms of like finances. I mean this in terms of like self-esteem. Even if you don't think you're the most secure, this person is far more insecure than you are. And I think part of the reason they may have pushed you away is because I think that they felt really inadequate, and it's almost like the party's over when you're around, not because you're lame or not fun, but because they kind of had to face a lot of insecurities about themselves when it comes to you. And I think that this person is really obsessed with what people think of them right now because they are pretty insecure. And I think they know that they have things that they need to work on. In fact, it could be that the reason why things fell out between the two of you is maybe because this person did something really shitty out of jealousy. Maybe they acted out or felt jealous for whatever reason and did something unfair. And it's like they would have to put in work to fix that. And also they may recognize that they have issues around love. But finally, with the Three of Pentacles, we have reach out. So I do feel like this person either wants to reach out to you or is hoping that you will reach out to them. I feel like they are hoping that you can work on this. Like they do. I get the vibe for some of you where you're like, I do not want this person in my life. Like, honestly, if you don't want this person in your life, I'm shocked you're still watching. Thank you. But also, no matter what, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I do think that this person is either hoping that you will reach out or like, I don't know if they are going to reach out because like, I feel like they're hoping that you will, because I feel like you were kind of either they perceive you to be the one that burned the bridge, or that if they came back, like they would look like it would be too much for their ego. Like it would feel like groveling. And I think that this person is like trying to get information about you from mutual friends if you have them. And if not, they might be like, if you have social media, like looking at your account with like a fake account or something like that. But I definitely think that they are someone who even like trying to pull their energy out, like they try to stay practical. They keep their feelings and their deeper truths buried very deeply. So I will say, like, you're not crazy in thinking that there's more to this person than meets the eye. It's just that they're very good at playing a part, and the vast majority of people will believe and buy whatever you sell them. So most people would look at this person and be like, oh yeah. And I don't mean believe and buy in like a literal sense. I mean in terms of like what a lot of people present. If you don't read energy, you're just gonna like be like, oh yeah, this person parties a lot. They don't really care about much. But like obviously there's more to that. But society's not ready for nuance yet. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move on to advice for you now when it comes to this situation. You guys got 2 of these cards. So for you, we have the sacral chakra with the theme being bliss. The trigger statement is, why am I here? And the true statement is, I make a difference. You will have the motivation you need to express your light. Know that what you do today makes the world a better place. And I feel like for some of you, you might need this message, but you might feel like you're the person that gives people rude awakenings and you don't want to be that person. Like you want to be the person. Like I feel like you might feel like you're the one that got away for a certain amount of people or for a lot of people or something like that. And you might be like, why do I have to be the one that is teaching people lessons? And it's like, well, to be fair, a lot of people got a lot to learn and you are more evolved than most. So, and actually, I don't even want to say more involved because like, I feel like we're all just at different places, and I don't think you just have more awareness, not only of yourself, but of others. And I feel like, you know, you just have more of you're more concretely aware, I think, either of your purpose or of the fact that, like I said, security. Like you recognize that you have value, you recognize, which I hope you do, and you recognize that you do make a difference. And it might be frustrating and challenging to like have to teach people have to be the presence through which people learn tough lessons. But I feel like the universe wants you to know, like, if we could change that, we would. It's just we can't control how people grow and learn. And I also think depending on your age, which I think depending on your age, like the people that you're interested in, you know, might just need more time to mature, or it might just be something where like, you know, you got to grow and learn to either find the right person or give it time for if, you know, you feel like this person is meant to come back. Like, I feel like the universe is asking you, the point of what I'm trying to say is the universe does not want you to beat yourself up around being a kind person, about sharing your heart, about expressing your light, because it's really powerful and it's really special, and we don't have enough people doing that. And one of the unfortunate drawbacks is that there will be people that cannot be as real as you are. There will be people that cannot hold your light. But you will learn through those experiences, and I'm sure you already have, that that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And not only that, that's what helps you see and know when people can hold your light, when people can appreciate for who you are. And Spirit wants you to experience bliss. And with where this person is at right now, you definitely couldn't experience that with them. Not that you couldn't in the future, because it does kind of seem like this person wants to get involved. But if they're not changing, trust your instincts. We also have the heart chakra with align. The trigger statement is, I feel conflicted, and the true statement is, I am true to my highest self. Your focus needs to turn within to reflect on the stories that are not true for you. Love is the way through. So you might be getting a lot of guidance around this person, or like, what should I do? What should I not do? And I think the universe is saying you're allowed to feel multiple types of ways. Like, you're allowed to still acknowledge, like, for example, your feelings for this person, while also recognizing that they have either done something to you that really hurt you, or they have treated you in a way that's not right and unfair. Those truths can coexist. That doesn't mean you need to do anything about it. In fact, I think the universe is saying, you know, don't force yourself to do something. Allow yourself to just feel and recognize that things don't have to be so cut and dry. Like, this and that can be true. Things are more complex than we might like to think. And I think one thing you need to know is that it's okay to feel conflicted. It's okay to not know. And sometimes we have to move through life in order to understand it better. We also have, it's up to you. Take a risk, speak the truth, reflect on what you want. So I feel like if you do want to talk to this person, I feel like they would be open to talking. But I do think that, you know, that should be up to you, and that should be something that feels right. And I think that ultimately it's up to you. Reflect on what you want. We also have, I am more important than the things I need to do. So, you know, if you're having a really tough day, or you're just tired, like, you definitely seem like a very productive person, you know, feel free to take some time off and just allow yourself to feel, or, you know, do something that brings you joy, do something that brings you bliss. You know, you don't have to be like this person and escape your subconscious. You can sit in it. It's okay. Not to throw them under the bus, but like, I would love it if the person thinking about you did that too. But finally, we have simple acts of kindness. Kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. So yeah, don't be afraid to think about like simple things that bring you into your heart, like doing something for a friend, or simple acts of kindness towards yourself. Or even just seeing kind things like on the internet or something. But I think that this is a lot about, this situation is for you, is a lot about like, what do you want out of this? Like, not what are you trying to get out of someone, but what do you truly want out of a person, out of life, or out of people, if you're polyamorous or things like that. I think this is a lot for you about, you know, the fact that you do have a light. You are a really amazing person, and you do not need to put up with bullshit like this. And what does not putting up with bullshit look like? And if you are going to make amends, what certain boundaries need to be upheld, and what is aligned with you and what isn't. I think the more you can just allow whatever needs to come through and not invalidate yourself, I think the better off you will be. But pile one, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the extended now. But if you are leaving me here, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for liking the video if it resonated, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background while you do something else. That is the simplest and easiest way to support me. But if you'd like to support me in other ways, you can check out the extended. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. Be part of my notification squad. I respond to comments when I first upload. After that, it is pretty iffy because looking at comment sections are scary sometimes. Usually it's nice in the beginning though. Not that my comment, I have a very beautiful comment section. I'm very grateful for everyone that comments. Thank you. I'm grateful you're here. I also have social media linked down below, though do be aware I have tons of scammers pretending to be me. Beware of that. And also I have merch, but that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Rose Quartz, the Aura Rose Quartz Tower and the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, this is going to be your reading on who is having late night thoughts about you and what are they thinking about. So to start, we're going to do the energy check and see who this person is. So we're doing this kind of in a person A, person B format. If you want a full breakdown of the reading, there's one in the intro, but we're going to start by looking at who is thinking about you. Then we're going to see the energy, the overall energy of the connection right now. And then we're going to see how this person perceives you. So let's go ahead and start by seeing who is thinking about you. So to start, we have the Mom Boss and we have Love with the Heart Chakra. For the energy of the connection, we have Lake Midnight, You're Not Stuck Here, Blockages, Stagnant Energy, Self-Pity. And in terms of how this person is seeing you, we have Strength and Cosmic Consciousness. So I want to say right off the bat, if I describe this energy and it sounds like you, it probably is talking about you. So I would choose another pile if that is the case. If there's energies of mirroring, that's totally fine. You've probably picked the right pile. If you want to hear about yourself, feel free to watch this reading. But if you do get yourself, you can pick another pile. You can just pick more than one. Like, there's no rules here. Don't bog yourself down with details. Speaking of people bogging themselves down with details, let's talk about the person thinking about you. So with the Mom Boss card being here, I want to start out by saying that this person does not have to be a mother or a woman at all. They very well could be, but the core energy of the person coming through here is someone who is, one, a workaholic, and two, someone that is very caring and generous of the people around them and may have a bit of an issue when it comes to relinquishing control. And I don't mean this in the sense that this person is genuinely controlling over other people in like a malicious way, but I feel like they like to have a lot of control over their life. I do feel like this person has a lot of responsibilities. And this card even says like, the flesh can be ripped away from the skeleton and they're still working. Like, I feel like this is someone who is honestly kind of working themselves to death a little bit, but also someone who is very conscious and concerned about the well-being of others, almost to the detriment of themselves. I do feel like this person has immediate responsibilities, whether that be, having a family, or whether that is, having a very demanding job, or honestly, the people they could be taking care of are even like their friends or something like that. The core energy that I'm getting from this person is someone who is like a parent friend. Like, I feel like they like being the person that people go to when they need help. They like being there for others. They like taking care of others. But I do think that this focus of their life does take them away from their deeper desires. I do almost feel like this person has a hard time believing that their desires are worthy of being followed, that they not only deserve to have more joy in their life for any reason, but also to just realize that their life is not meant to be working and to be a shell of a person. Now, what's really sweet is in terms of how they see you, this person loves you. Like, whether they have ever told you that or not, they really, really, really do love you. One thing that I noticed that I think is really cool is that we have Krishna in both of these cards. So Krishna could be a significant deity or could be watching over this connection. But I definitely think that this person loves you and they love your connection. And I think that they have nothing but really sweet feelings for you. I think if anything, we can already tell that this person is hard on themselves. I feel like for some of you, it may not be literal children that they're around, but they may be around a lot of immature people, or this person might be mature for their age. So it might seem like they're around a lot of immature people. But I do feel like there are a lot of things that take their time and energy that are not necessities. Obviously, if you're a parent, if this person is a parent and has a children, that doesn't count in that. But I do feel like this is the type of person who just puts so much on their plate. Like, I'm thinking of specifically of one of my good friends that I've known for a really long time. And she is the type of person, like, when she goes to a new place, like, she gets super involved and she puts so much on her plate, and she likes being involved and she enjoys doing that. But she always gets herself in this position where she's doing so much that she gets burnt out and overwhelmed and doesn't have time for herself, which luckily she has grown and learned and is being kinder to herself while still being involved. But I think that this person reminds me of my friend like that, because they are definitely someone who may have like a bit of an ego investment around being helpful and useful to other people. Like, they want to help other people. And I think because this person has a big heart, they can kind of get wrapped into investing their energy in the wrong places. I don't want to say the wrong places, but just not the most rewarding places. I feel like this person has this energy of like, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. Or if I don't do it, then it's not going to happen. And I definitely think that creates a bit of doubt and fear in this person that thinks about you, because I feel like they might put a lot of stress and pressure on themselves, but I also think they might have this feeling that they're not good enough. In terms of signs that I'm getting, Cancer midheaven came through, but also Cancer and Virgo energy were coming in pretty strongly for me. They don't have to be either of those placements or have those placements, but I do think that this person is, like, no matter what physical body they're in, they are someone who is very nurturing and very caring, and I feel like they are the type of person to set themselves on fire to keep other people warm, even to their detriment sometimes. And I definitely think that this is someone who really loves you, and I think that they have really tender, pure feelings for you. I feel like for some of you, this person, well, I guess it's just going to depend on where you and this person are at. I feel like for some of you, you could be dating this person. For other people, you could not be dating this person. There could be deeper feelings here. No matter what, there's definitely some sort of special connection here. Because when it comes to how this person looks at you, they see the world in you. With this Strength card here, you could be a fire sign or specifically a Leo, though you don't have to be. This is a lot more just about how this person perceives you as to just be incredible. And with this Cosmic Consciousness card, this is a Crown Chakra card. I feel like this person sees you as someone so powerful and otherworldly. Like, they almost don't understand at times, like, how you are able to do what you're able to do, and whatever it is that you do. I don't know what you do, but apparently whatever you do is very impressive to this person, or even just the way you perceive the world is very impressive to them. There's a gentleness to you that I think that this person really admires, but I also feel like I'm hearing the Let It Go song from Frozen, like specifically the conceal don't feel part, and I feel like this person has a hard time, like the person that's thinking about you, this mom boss person, they may be very restrained around you or have a hard time like expressing how they truly feel. But I also think that you might match that and do the same thing. So I think that they see you as just like incredibly restrained, but I also think they see you as courageous and gentle and compassionate. And with this Cosmic Consciousness card, I really think that you have illuminated a lot within this person. I don't know how much change they're grounding right now, but they see you as someone that has just opened their mind and their world so much. Like, there's an open third eye here. And I feel like you've made this person believe in things that they didn't even think were real. I think that they see you a lot in their dreams, or they feel you a lot. They get a lot of signs. They get a lot of messages about you. It's almost like I feel like they feel connected to you all the time, whether you are next to each other, whether you are long distance, whether you are not talking right now, whether you are, no matter what the state of the connection is, I feel like this person has so much love for you and they feel so connected to you. And with the Strength card here as well, I think they wonder if you feel the strength of the connection too, or they just feel you very strongly, like sometimes randomly, but also just, I feel like when they look at you in your life, they might put you on a bit of a pedestal, and they might think that like everything comes really easy to you, or you're just gifted in some way. Like, it seems like things come easy to you, or it seems like you're just very ethereal. Like, I got the specific words. This person perceives you as an ethereal baddie goddess queen. That's just what came through. Take that as it resonates. But you definitely give off those vibes, I'm not gonna lie. You're just someone very regal and someone that this person really admires and looks up to. I feel like as well, you know, this person, this mom boss person, they may spend a lot of their time, like I said, with either like immature people or literal children. So I feel like their ability to kind of explore the deeper aspects of life, or their opportunities to kind of be more open to the mystical side of life, to be open to the aspects of life that aren't as tangible. I feel like that's something that this person doesn't get very often, because they are usually either around people that are very surface level, or like they have responsibilities that require them to have like a surface level of awareness, if that makes sense. Like I feel like they're very plugged into the physical reality a lot. They are very much like taking care of things, taking care of other people, minimally taking care of themselves. I feel like their biggest thing is work. For some of you, if this person does have children, that is a big element of this, where they are dealing with, like, not dealing with their kids, I mean, parenting, I think. But if they're not a parent, which I feel like for a lot of you, they're actually not, I feel like they might have childish people around them, or people that, young souls, or just people that see things as they are and don't really understand maybe the deeper, they haven't experienced life yet on a deeper level. And so I think that this person feels typically like, I feel like they feel typically like they're kind of the one holding everything together. And then when they're around you, I think that your energy just makes them feel like, almost might make them feel a bit bad about themselves at times, because they realize there's so much more to life, and they get so bogged down by certain details. But I don't think that they hold any of this against you. In fact, like I said, I think they love you. I think that there is an element to them where they don't know what to do with that. But I think overall they see you as someone incredibly powerful, and someone kind and courageous, and someone with wicked insight and a deep connection to all that is. And I feel like you help this person zoom out and realize that there's so much more to life than what they thought. And with this cosmic consciousness card, like I feel like just being around you is like, it just awakens them and makes them become aware of what they couldn't see before. And I think also with this mom boss card being here, I feel like this person is kind of recognizing how the way that they've been living their life is kind of killing them slowly on the inside. And I think that your connection is something that is keeping them, I don't want to say like literally alive, but like it's keeping them going, in the sense that like there's something to be hopeful for, there's something I can push for, there's something great to this world, like there's something meaningful. And so it's interesting with this like midnight card being here, because I feel like whatever is happening between you and this person right now, I feel like you either might not be talking, and it could be because this person is really busy or just has a lot on their plate. Or for some of you, like if this is a long distance connection or something like that, I feel like maybe you and this person, like your schedules have maybe been off, or it just seems like things haven't been moving in this connection. And I feel like both of you might actually be getting kind of in this energy of like maybe catastrophizing things, or like worrying that everything is going wrong, or wondering why like things aren't flowing as easily. I feel like there are blockages that you've been dealing with in this connection, whether they be practical things like distance or busyness, versus like going through healing cycles and needing to retreat, or just needing time to yourselves. Or if you are in a relationship, like, you know, maybe you just haven't been connecting to this person the way that you would hope to, and maybe you guys just haven't been on the same wavelength. And for some of you, you may not be in any sort of like concrete relationship with this person, but there's a deep connection here. And I feel like you both might be kind of thinking about what has gone wrong or what isn't working. And the kind of ironic thing is that there's a deep sense of connection here between the both of you. Like with the crown chakra and the heart chakra, you both are connected in the higher chakras. And I think you both might be getting really focused on the material right now and not recognizing that wherever you and this person are at is not, at least right now in the physical realm, is not indicative of the energy that exists between the two of you. And so I definitely think that this person, this mom boss person, has so much love for you, the strength person. And I feel like you open their eyes in so many different ways. And I think it's kind of challenging. Like, you know, if the sun's too bright, like it's kind of a shock. I feel like this person is learning to acclimate to that. But you're also teaching this person so much. And I feel like they have a really real, pure and raw love for you and admiration and adoration for what you do. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what this person is thinking about. That resonates. This is your reading. But I did quickly want to mention while I shuffle, we are doing an extended, and it is 18 plus. We haven't done an 18 plus extended in a while. And what we're going to be looking at is, first, we're going to see what this person finds attractive about you, what their turn-ons are when it comes to you, and things like that. And then we are going to look at their 18 plus fantasies and desires when it comes to you, which those have been very interesting so far, I must say. And then we're going to pull a secret from their higher self. So like their higher self is going to come through and tell you a secret about this person that they would either not tell you, or that the universe wants you to know, but this person isn't directly going to tell you. And then we're going to get tons more channeled messages and advice. So if that sounds interesting and this reading resonates, that will be linked down below. But let's go ahead now and see what this mom boss person is thinking about you late at night. So the person thinking about pile 2, Spirit, what is their overall, I was about to say what is their overall energy, but that's not what I'm supposed to ask. I'm supposed to ask, what are their late night thoughts about pile 2, please? Okay, we have the Emperor with the Monarch. A lot of fierce animals. What else? Okay, we have the High Priestess. We have the 5 of Wands. What else are they thinking about late at night? We have Temperance and one more, Spirit. Wow, okay, we have Awakening. Bottom of the deck is the Mystic, and I definitely think this, which is the Hierophant in this deck, this is really intense energy, you guys. Yeah, let's get into it. I feel like I did want to say with this Mystic card, though, like, what did I want to say about it? Just that I felt like strength energy. Like, it felt like the energy of you. But this is like, whew, not like whew in a bad way, just like whew. Like this person is thinking about a lot. And I think, honestly, some of this is not necessarily thoughts. Some of this is like learning to integrate what they're realizing. But you're a very significant person to this person. And I want to start with the Monarch card, because I definitely feel like we already talked about the fact that this person likes being in control. I think if that's the one thing that they have a hard time letting go of, it is control. I think that a lot of their attitudes and behaviors in life have been centered around staying in control. And I think that they like put a lot of time and energy into doing things where they can be on top of things and feel like everything's going right. And I feel like with you, they're just becoming aware of the fact, not becoming aware, but they are aware of the fact that like the energy that you bring them makes them feel a bit out of control, but at the same time, it's so powerful. And they see you as a very powerful person. I feel like this person is recognizing that you've played a really integral role in them transforming and in them seeing more to life than just duties and tasks. With the Monarch card being here, I feel like this person thinks about wanting to be like the best person for you, wanting to be someone that you can be proud of. And for some of you, I'm getting the vibe like this person might be really concerned about what their father figure thinks of them, or they might be worried about, like, they might want the approval of a father figure in your life. Like, I feel like they really care about image, especially when it comes to, not image. I feel like I guess they do care about image, but it's not image that's like fake. It's like they want to be the real deal, not only for themselves, but for you as well. And I feel like with this High Priestess card, I think sometimes we already talked about the fact that they feel you deeply, but I think that they are awakening to a lot within themselves. And I think that's very stressful for them, because the more that they are awakened to within themselves, the less control they have over it. And it's like, this Five of Wands is very indicative of the fact that they have been fighting a lot of what they've been feeling. I feel like when it comes to thoughts, they're honestly a bit bewildered by all of this. And I feel like with the Five of Wands being here, this person is kind of fighting with themselves, and they don't know what is up and what is down, what is left and what is right. I feel like everything's kind of been flipped on its head, but in a great way. It's just they're having to let go of ways of living and coping that no longer align with the person that they are becoming and feeling. Like, I feel like they didn't have access to their intuition as much, or at the very least, they didn't pay attention to their inner worlds as much. And I don't know if you have some sort of spiritual side, or you do some sort of like divination or things like that, but I do think that this person wonders what you know, and they're like, oh, what are they thinking about? But I also think that they just feel you very deeply, like, especially at night. Like, I think that they honestly, they fantasize just a lot about being with you. Like, what are you doing? What are you up to? How are you feeling? What are you feeling about them? What's going on in your life? How do you make this look so easy? Because I think that's one thing. This person thinks that you make life look easy. And with this Five of Wands being here, I feel like this person also, part of what their brain does to scare them is they get into these ruminations about you being with someone else if they're monogamous, or if they want to be monogamous. I feel like this person is a bit like possessive, not in a like controlling or abusive way, but just in a like, if you're not with this person, I think that this person feels like they need to like pull out all the stops to be worthy of you. And I think that they kind of freak themselves out by thinking about someone else swooping in and being better for you than they could be. And I feel like at times they've kind of fought this connection, because I think it's been very easy for them to kind of surrender into the chaos that is their life and just be like, well, I've got to deal with all of these dumpster fires directly in front of me, even though they weren't even fires that this person started. I think that they just like the feeling of being the one to be in control, and I feel like they get something like, I don't even want to say it's an ego boost, because I think part of their love language is either like acts of service or taking care of the people that they love. But I also just think it's a very comforting and affirming thing for them when the people that they care about come to them for help. And I feel like they see you as someone who doesn't need help. And I feel like they wonder where their value lies, or they wonder if they're good enough. Or I feel like there's just a lot about this person. They analyze their inner dialogue a lot. Like, they're definitely like, in terms of I feel like they try to escape their mind, because they start analyzing things and picking things apart. And the more they become aware of their like inner feelings and their inner energies, the more they start to overthink it. So I definitely think that this person may try to distract themselves at night with things they find interesting. Like, I'm hearing specifically that this person might watch like action-oriented things or like thriller type things, like things that will get this person like invested in something other than themselves, because I do feel like this energy is overwhelming. I think more than anything though, they just wonder what this is leading to and what the universe has up its sleeve. Because with the Temperance card being here, I feel like this person is trying to figure their life out and trying to become more balanced. And I feel like with this Temperance card, they want the situation between the two of you to be more balanced. And I feel like they see you as being very balanced and they see themselves as not being as balanced. And I think that that is something that they are working on, because it does seem like they're being pulled in a bunch of different directions. But I think they're also not realizing, or in the past they weren't realizing, now they may be becoming aware of it, but actually making a different decision is a challenge. Like, I think they're realizing that they are kind of the reason why they're pulled in a bunch of different directions, and that if they want that to change, they have to be willing to do things differently. And also be willing to take flack from people if they are upset with the fact that this person is no longer willing to put up with their BS in order to make them feel better. I feel like this person assumes everything has to be hard. And I think one of the things that they've realized about this connection and with you is the fact that things don't have to be hard. Like, I think the connection itself feels very easy. It's the feelings that the connection evokes within them and with how they've been living their life. That's the hard part. But with the Awakening card, I think that this person is awakening to the fact that this is judgment. So I definitely think that this person is having a spiritual awakening of some kind. And I definitely think it's one where they're still kind of processing everything and like really just coming to terms with how insane this connection has been, and like coming to terms with how much their life is changing and how they're growing and evolving. And I really think they're trying to listen to their intuition here and stay in a position where they feel balanced and feel in control. But like, you dominate their thoughts, if I'm being honest. Having 4 major arcana cards come out, like, that is some heavy ass energy. And I think this person is realizing like they can't force this, they can't rush this, but they may also be getting bogged down by details and not recognizing how they may be contributing to a dynamic that they don't want to be in, which is like blockages, stagnation, self-pity. And I think they're just realizing where they may be the problem in their own life and seeing how they need to grow and improve in order to be better. But I also think with this Temperance card being here, I feel like they think about the fact that you both flow together so easily. And I feel like they're very grateful for how patient you've been with them. Like, I feel like they fear the worst a lot when it comes to you. Like, you kind of lashing out at them, or you kind of just revoking this idea of love within them. Like, with the Love card being here and knowing that this person loves you, I feel like they've had very unhealthy ideas of what love is in the past. And I think rather than opening up to this feeling of love that they have for you, which they do at times, I feel like they almost feel like that's too good to be true. And I feel like they're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Is that a phrase? They're kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop, in the sense that like, you're gonna get fed up with him, you're gonna get done with them, like, they're gonna ruin everything, like, they're not gonna fix things. And I think that they're just kind of realizing, like, the more they feel into the energy that exists between the two of you, and the more that they start to pay attention to themselves, the more that they realize how, one, like, divinely guided this connection is. I feel like they're starting honestly to feel more confident in themselves. Like, the feeling of love that they have, like, not only for you, but for the connection. I feel like they see you as someone with so much love. And if you've known this person for a while, I think they've seen you grow and evolve. And I think they're just very impressed by the person that you've become. And you kind of give them hope to be able to live life in a similar way. And I think for a lot of you, this person wants to live life with you. And in order to do that, they need to be willing to step up. They need to be willing to make changes. But I think it's interesting the fact that we have blockages and stagnancy here, because this might actually be a lot of like the divine at play here for whatever reason. And this person might be kind of frustrated. They might be like trying to fight this. Like they might feel like they're powerless in this situation. I feel like they're just cycling through a lot of like doubts and worries and fears. But they kind of brush them off by focusing on their immediate reality, or focusing on things that make them feel in control, that make them feel good. I do think that this person, if they drink, they could have gotten into some drunken argument with someone in their life recently that's really either opened their eyes to something or made them realize something. But I feel like this person's thoughts about you are so much less like concrete, objective things, and just more so like connecting the dots of this connection and feeling you and like hearing your name and seeing things that make them think of you. And I feel like oftentimes they're just wondering what you're up to. They're feeling you, and they're wondering what you know about them, like what secrets you have. I feel like they want to be more like you, and they want to live life in a way more aligned with the way that you're living your life. And I feel like they are seeing you as an inspiration. And I feel like this person is realizing like all the changes that are happening are in their highest good, and that they will be just fine. But I do think that there is that like deep down fear of like, I think this person is just afraid of getting hurt, or afraid of letting go of control and something bad happening. But I also feel like this person is not trying to fight these changes. I think that they are worried about fighting with you in some way. Or like, I think it's more so they might be worried about not being good enough. But ultimately, I think that this person is recognizing that this is, oh my God, I'm hearing Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts in my head. Like, I feel like they're seeing this as a deeper journey. And I think they're awakening to the value of the connection that you both have. And I think one thing that they are realizing is just how special you are, and just how powerful your influence has been on their life, and how lucky they are to like even know you. And not only that, I think that they're realizing as well, like there's so many more layers to life than just concrete material success or being there for other people. The love that they feel for you feels kind of selfish in their eyes, because it's something that they feel like, at least right now, they don't have a way to like show you that love, or maybe they're afraid to. I feel like they do think about that there's a lot they haven't told you, and I feel like they're waiting for the right time. But I also think they don't want to like say things too soon, or like preemptively tell you something until they fully processed and integrated what's going on. I feel like they almost can't explain to you what they're experiencing, because they need to be able to come out on the other side of it. And you know how hindsight is 20/20? I feel like they're just not able to communicate what they're going through right now, because they don't even really know what they're going through, but it's definitely substantial. And I think that they're starting to see life more in the way that you have told them about it, or from your perspective. And not only is it something that's bringing them a lot of peace, but I think that they are very curious about, you know, where this connection is leading to, what is going to happen between the two of you. I do think that both of you wish things would shift, but I think it would require either one of you taking action, or it could be something on the universe's part, like helping you work through things. But I think ultimately this person kind of wants to be like, kind of like your hero. Like, I think you've been their hero in a lot of ways, but they see you as something incredibly special, someone incredibly special. And I think that they might even feel a bit ashamed for how much they think about you, or how much like you're on their mind. But it's not even like when I'm tapping into their mental space, it's not even like concrete thoughts. It's just like your energy and the feelings that it evokes. I feel like they try not to think maybe this is someone who doesn't have an inner dialogue, but I do think that for a lot of you, like, this person is just trying to hold back how much they love you, and at the same time not hold back because they don't want to let go of something so special. And so I feel like they're just learning how to integrate the new person that they're becoming with their old life, and, you know, figure out how to let go of things, figure out how to be open to new things. This person knows that in order for this to work the way that they would like it to, it needs to evolve, and in order for things to evolve, they need to evolve. They see you as someone who effortlessly evolves, and it's kind of like, shit, how do they do it? So I'm going to go ahead and clarify these cards now with some channeled messages. So if you've never checked out the Hermit Tarot, you should, because she's amazing. Anyway, Spirit, can you clarify the Monarch, please? What are this person's late night thoughts about pile 2? Can you clarify the High Priestess? Okay, this is coming out, so we're going to take that. But is there a clarifier? Okay. All right. Okay, we're taking all of these for this High Priestess card, so we'll see what that's about. What about the Five of Wands, Spirit? Can you clarify the Five of Wands? Can you clarify Temperance? And can you clarify Awakening? Okay. So, starting with the Monarch, we have, the Nine of Swords. I am terrified. So, like I was saying earlier with this person and their lovely desire to control things, I think that they are very afraid of the instability that they feel when it comes to you. And the thing is that it's not a bad instability. It's a good instability. It's something that actually makes them feel. It's something that awakens them to aspects of themselves that they haven't been aware of in a very long time. And I think that's really scary for them. I think that they may have shut down a lot of their, I think they shut down their heart space at one point, and you've kind of reawakened it, or awakened it in a truer way than they've ever known or imagined. And I feel like they're just kind of like, whoa, like, this is really scary, but it's also so beautiful. It's like, I can't push this away. I feel like this person can't, I feel like it's almost like this person feels like there's an inevitability to this connection in some way. And so it's almost like they can't run away from it. They can only like slow things down or stall to like process things and deal with things. And I don't even think it's slowing things down or stalling. I think everything's working the way it's meant to. But I do think that this person is like really just subtly shifting, growing, and changing, and trying not to freak out while they do it. So in terms of this High Priestess card, we have, I meant what I said, gossip only hurts more, words do hurt, and I need more balance. So I definitely think that this person feels like they haven't told you, like there's a lot they haven't told you. And with words do hurt and gossip only hurts more, I feel like the people in their life or the sources that they have around them have maybe made them feel a bit crazy about this connection, or have made them feel like they need to keep this a secret. If you run in similar circles, they may have like heard things about you, or people may have said things about you that like didn't resonate with how this person knows you to be. And they might think about like, is that true or no? I think that honestly, if anything, they see that they feel the energy underneath the words. And I think they're realizing that a lot of the people around them aren't very helpful in terms of them being able to confirm what they intuitively feel. I feel like they don't get a lot of support when it comes, like, I don't think they have a lot of spiritual support. And I think that if anything, I think a lot of people in their life say very like flippant things to them and kind of shut them down. I don't really even think that this person talks to people too much about what they feel intuitively, but I feel like they don't really share a lot because they're afraid of what people may think. But also I think that if this person told you something that was hurtful, or if this person told you something that wasn't true, I think that they wonder if you can tell that that's a lie. Like, But I also think that this person sees you as someone who is able to intuit things on a much deeper level. And so I feel like this person thinks like, I hope pile 2 knows that like there's so much more going on than meets the surface. But I also think that this kind of relates to the fact that maybe this person says a lot of harmful things to themselves, or they're kind of in an environment that's very negative. I think that they are awakening intuitively to what is not working here. And with the 5 of Swords being here, I think that one thing that they're realizing is that they've been actively betraying themselves in favor of making other people comfortable, in favor of feeling normal, in favor of not being judged. And I feel like they don't want to do that anymore. So clarifying the 5 of Wands, we have you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. So I definitely think that there could be past pain in this connection. But I think that this person honestly hurts themselves. Like in the sense that they catastrophize things, in the sense that they picture you with other people. They picture you with someone better than them. They picture themselves getting hurt by you, because I think that they've been hurt in the past. And I almost feel like if this person hurt you in some way, I feel like they might be anticipating you like getting back at them, even though they know that that doesn't feel like the type of person that you are. I think with this 5 of Wands being here clarified by this card, I think that what this person is really thinking about this is like, I think that they do create mental pain and anguish for themselves by thinking about like the worst case scenarios. And also like they worry that you could hurt them. Or maybe just the existence of this connection has been painful for them because they're having to fight themselves. They're having to grow and learn. And if you did do something to hurt this person, I feel like this person doesn't want to admit that to themselves, or they want to work through any conflict that you guys have had, but they are maybe a bit guarded, or they're worried that like, I feel like they're just worried they can't trust their intuition, or worried that they can't trust people. I feel like this person does have trust issues. But clarifying Temperance, we have no. So I definitely think that this is something where this person, they do kind of need to learn how to say no in a lot of ways. This person is learning how to become more balanced and set better boundaries. I think that maybe you've taught them that like no is a complete sentence, or that boundaries are important. But I also think that this person has either wanted to reach out to you or wanted to say or do things and held themselves back. I think specifically when they've been inebriated, I think that they have had thoughts of like, I just want to tell this person everything, or I just want to tell them what's going on. And they always hold themselves back, like they can't. I feel like this person is also having a very fair, moderate, and balanced approach to this connection, because I feel like they're worried of being rejected or being denied or things not working out. I feel like this person is used to the universe saying no to them. And I think that's partially because this person says yes to the wrong things and people. But I think one thing that they're realizing is that they would rather I think that they are learning about like delayed gratification. And I feel like they're trying to be disciplined and be balanced and find more balance and say no to what isn't working so that they can move forward. But I also think that they get worried sometimes that like they're going to be rejected, or they're going to put in all this work and things aren't going to work out, or something like that. For some of you, I'm getting a specific message. If this is like a long distance connection, they may be like worried. You might be waiting for some sort of like documentation around something, like for example, like a visa or something like that. And this person might be worrying like, oh, what if they say no? What if this doesn't happen? This person could be asking you a question, or waiting for some sort of like documentation to come. And they might be worried about like there being a no, or like what happens if it's a no? What happens if, I feel like they might be worrying and ruminating about that. But finally, clarifying awakening, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which I think is so beautiful. So I feel like this person is realizing they want something more solid with you. And I feel like you're a worthy person to invest in. And I think with this Ace of Pentacles as well, I think that this person is recognizing some I'm hearing you reap what you sow. And so I think that this person is realizing that they've maybe been sowing the wrong seeds. I feel like they're just realizing what truly matters to them, what they do want to invest their time and energy into, who they do want to have in their life, who does make them feel good. And I think this person is realizing that in order to integrate some of the amazing feelings that they're having and the amazing experiences that they're having, they have to be willing to change their material realm and get that started. And so I think one big thing that this person is doing is realizing that they need to be more grounded, they need to be more solid, and they need to be more what's the word, open to change. They need to be more open to change and open to trying new things and setting better boundaries, setting new routines, and doing things differently. And I think that is what is helping them come into a place of balance. So we're going to go ahead and finish this reading off with some final guidance for you. So to start, we have no. Reconsider for the best. So for some of you, I feel like maybe you have been thinking about reaching out to this person, or things might not be working for you and this person right now. And I think that the fact that we have no coming out here twice, like, and temperance being there, I feel like this could be an excellent example of like, things need to come together. And so for a time, you may need to stay apart, or like things, I feel like this is a very divinely guided situation. And I think also, if you're like thinking the worst case scenario about this person, about this situation, I feel like the universe is asking you to stop doing that and to be patient and be more, I guess objective, but also just like neutral around it. Like, I feel like you don't have to be like super positive, but I feel like you might be super negative about this situation, or worried that things won't come to a head. Or you might be wondering, like, should I do this or should I do that? And it doesn't feel right. Like, if you're trying to force something, I feel like the universe is asking you not to do that because it's being taken care of. But we also have, I will learn to rest and restore my strength whenever I feel tired. I give myself permission to just be. And I feel like that's actually something that you and this person are meant to learn when it comes to this connection. I feel like the magic of this connection is not in what you do for one another or how you engage with one another. It's the energy that just exists between the two of you, whether you're together or apart. And I feel like one of the biggest lessons in this connection for both of you is learning to just flow and just be, and not try to control things, not try to anticipate how things are going to happen, to just surrender and flow. Say no to your controlling brain and say yes to just being, you know. And with that temperance card, sometimes saying no to tasks and things, and resting and restoring whenever you feel tired, and giving yourself permission to just be, I think can be very powerful. We also have the heart chakra with this Douglas fir. Maybe Douglas is a significant name. Oh, I also think, is Krishna's, this is Radha, right? I felt like Radha could be a significant name for some of you. But we have the theme of resolution, with the trigger statement being the past haunts me. And the true statement is, in this moment, I am free. Let yourself be the one to heal the wounds passed down from your ancestors. The release and growth begins with you. So yeah, I definitely think that things will resolve here. Like, I feel like this is just a lull in the connection. Like, it's not anything major, but it might feel major because this is a major connection in both of your lives. I feel like what the universe is saying is that sometimes, like, the best, some knots have to be worked out gently. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a knot in jewelry, if you just tried picking at it, it could just be more chaotic than if you just like slowly work with it and it unravels in time. I feel like the universe is kind of saying here to kind of trust that you're being guided and that all is working out for the best, and to not feel like you have to take action or do a certain thing, especially if it doesn't feel right. But finally, we have turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. So I feel like the universe is saying, or just trying to remind you of the fact that, like, no matter what appears to be, or no matter how things are, what you feel is valid, whether that is a range of emotions or just a few. And not only that, like, you don't owe anyone anything. You don't have to explain how you feel, and you can trust what you feel even if you don't have any reason to, or even if you don't know how things are going to turn out. I do know that the universe has your back, and I think if you've been thinking about making a decision that's very like rash and like doesn't align with what you truly want, but is almost kind of like an ego desire, I do feel like the universe is saying, hey, no, that's not meant for you. Like, that will just take you further away from your path. But I do feel like for a lot of you, if you feel like things have not been working out in this connection right now, I do think it is for the best. And I do think that it is so that this person can integrate a lot of what they're experiencing. And I think it's for you to also, you know, focus on yourself as well. But pile 2, I'm going to go ahead and move things over into the extended. But if you are leaving me here, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking the video if you enjoyed it. And thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background while you do something else. Those are the simplest and easiest ways to support me and show appreciation for what I do. If you would like to do so in other ways, though, you can check out the extended. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. You can also check out my merch as well as my social media, though do be aware of scammers pretending to be me. They are a dime a dozen. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hi there, pile 3. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the Aqua or a Quartz Tower and the High Tarot, this is going to be your reading on who is having late night thoughts about you and what are they thinking about. So a full breakdown of the reading is in the intro if you want to check that out. But what we are going to do is check the energy first to make sure this reading is for you. So with these 2 oracle cards, we're going to look at who specifically is thinking about you late at night. So for that, we have the influencer and the solar plexus chakra with letting go. For some of you, you might be confused. Why is the solar plexus red? Because it is in this deck. I don't know. In terms of the energy of the connection as it exists objectively between the 2 of you, we have Life Laundromat, Choose Your Own Destiny, Choices, Destiny, Consequences. And then these 2 cards are going to represent how this person is viewing you. So in terms of how they are perceiving you, we have the Devil and we have Play with the sacral chakra. So I do want to say first and foremost, if this sounds like you can watch if you want. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it sounds like you, I would pick a different pile because it might be talking about you. It is okay if the energies mirror, but just remember this is, I'm channeling from this person's perception of you, so it may not match with objective reality. I can definitely tell here that the person thinking about you is someone who is not real with themselves. So some of you might be laughing and being like, yep. And even though this is intended to be a more love-focused reading, for a lot of you, I do think that this person is not a romantic interest, and for others of you, it definitely is. So just take it as it resonates. I mean, it might not be a romantic interest. It might be someone you've been physically intimate with, but there's no romance. No matter what the case may be, if this isn't a romantic connection for you, but it resonates, feel free to take it. Just filter out the messages that are not meant for you. And yeah, let's get into this. So I definitely think that the person up late at night having late night thoughts about you is someone who cares a lot about appearances and about image. With the influencer card being here, they don't have to be a literal influencer, but this is an excellent example. I love modern cards because they kind of force us to look at our modern archetypes as energies. And the energy that this person is coming through as is someone who is pretty deeply insecure and someone who has an intense need for approval. And how intense that need is going to differ on a spectrum. Like, because this is a general reading, the most intense energies will stand out the most. But for some of you, this person could just be someone who has, at their core, good intentions and a good heart, but they their own insecurities, their own self-hatred, their own need for approval kind of outweighs the desire to live from their heart. And for others, I do think that this person is kind of more turned off to higher vibrational energies like love and truth and connectivity. I feel like this person is someone who, I don't want to call them shallow, but I do think that they live very much from their ego, is what I will say. Whether they're aware of that or not, I do feel like they are operating from a place of ego, and I think that they have a pretty strong ego, especially considering we have the solar plexus chakra coming through here. So I wouldn't be shocked if this person either ghosted you or for some of you, it could have been like, I feel like there could have been a breakup in a dramatic way. Like this person, like they could have broken up with you in a dramatic way, or whether it was a relationship breakup, friendship breakup, or this person may have lashed out at you in a way that really hurt you and felt like it either came out of left field or just not proportional to whatever issue may have been at hand. I also feel like this person may have said things to you where you may have recognized them as projection, but they didn't. Because when it comes to how they're perceiving you, we have the Devil card being here. And I really do think that you were a mirror for this person, whether they realize it or not. And I think that you either triggered a lot of insecurities within them or were real with them in ways that other people weren't. But there's something about your energy and the connection that they had with you where they either saw themselves in you in ways and didn't like it, or their lack of inner awareness and their lack of self-awareness created a situation where they projected a lot of their own shit onto you and may have projected a lot of their insecurities especially. But with the Devil card here, this person, there is a bit of an obsession with you. And I think that for those of you where this is not a romantic connection and it's a platonic connection, I do think that this person is very jealous of you and in fact may have pushed you away or let go of you out of, well, I guess that could be romantic or platonic. Like, I definitely feel like this person pushed you away and let go of you because they couldn't handle the energy you brought to their life. But at the same time, they still feel connected and attached to you. And I think one thing that's really interesting that I'm noticing here is the fact that we have this play card being here. And I think that you are likely a creative person and someone who they see, you might not see yourself this way, but they see you as being someone who, I'm getting kind of like Cat Valentine energy from Victorious, but not like infantilized and stupid, but just more so like, I feel like you are less afraid to embrace your inner child, less afraid to follow what makes you genuinely happy, less afraid to be yourself, and you care less about what other people think of you. I feel like you've definitely challenged this person in places, in ways and places where like it may have embarrassed them, or they honestly may have been embarrassed by your behavior because, and I don't mean that to upset you. If anything, it's them not realizing, like, the Spirit's giving me the perfect example. I saw this Reddit post, not on Reddit, because Reddit posts are all over the internet. Even if you're not on Reddit, you're on Reddit. And it was like this woman asking if she was the asshole because she didn't want her husband buying Dunkaroos because she thought it was childish, and which is bullshit. And yes, she was the asshole, but like, anyway, we're not gonna go into a thing about Dunkaroos, but the point being is she was kind of making the whole situation like, you're a grown man, you can't have those. And it's like, why not? He used to have them when he was a kid. He really enjoys them. He likes them. And what she didn't realize is that, yeah, she was being really mean and unfair to him because she thought that that's not manly or whatever. But see, that's the thing, is that she cared more about images and how things looked and how she thought things should be. This might not even be real, because like, plus tons of stuff is fabricated. So I don't know, but it's just something I saw on the internet. And as we know, everything on the internet is true and factual. So, it just definitely seems like this person kind of matches that lady's energy, in the sense that they care so much about what other people think of them, like so much about what other people think of them. And I really, honestly, it makes me kind of sad for them, because I definitely think that they keep themselves stuck in a cycle that they're not happy in, because they refuse to ask if they might be the problem, and they refuse to question whether the things that they've been taught or the things that they are investing their energy in are truly worthy. I do think that this person wasn't real with you. I don't think they're real with anyone. And I think that's mainly because they're not real with themselves. I think that this person is someone who, rather than embodying the ideals they wish to be, or thinking about life as like a journey of growth and recognizing that they're a flawed human, I think that they're, I would say, rather than an influencer, they're a marketer. Which, I mean, maybe marketing is something that they've done, but they know how to market themselves. They might be very good at portraying a false sense of self-confidence. And rather than allowing their energy or their actions or their behavior to speak for itself, they declare who they are. And that might change based upon who they're around, but they have to literally make themselves declare who they are and speak into existence their identity, or speak to others about who they are and what they stand for, because this person doesn't have a solid sense of self, and this person has a lot of deep-rooted insecurities and doesn't like themselves. So rather than going within and doing inner work, this person says, no, I think not. I think what we're going to do instead is come up with an identity that props up our ego and makes us feel good. And that identity could be many different things. They could uphold roles that they have in life. They could uphold, like, for example, maybe for some of them, they do have a social media following, and maybe that is a huge part of their identity. Or, like, I could just see this person being like, I'm a good person. And, like, good people don't really have to say that they're good people. But also, I think the concept of good and bad people is kind of bullshit. We're all very complex individuals with strengths and weaknesses. And I think that this person is keeping themselves trapped in an illusion of that they need to be perfect, or that their flaws are something that can be ignored, or that other people are the problem. They're just not quite ready to look within yet. And I think that the way that they see you is someone, like, I feel like they were maybe very jealous of how effortless it seemed for you to just enjoy life more, and to enjoy life's pleasures, and to have more fun. I was trying to bring up earlier, and then I got distracted, the fact that 8 and both of these numbers are 8s, because in numerology, 17 would reduce to 8. And I said numerology, not regular math. Don't bring that bullshit to my doorstep, okay? We fuck regular math. We don't do that here. Get with the program. Anyway, you know, obviously this 8 is just an 8. It's balanced. It's an even number. But this person is a 1 and a 7. So I feel like they are more unbalanced. And right now they're going through a lot of challenges around recognizing where their choices lead to certain outcomes, and how their choices also have consequences. And consequences aren't necessarily negative, but I do think that if this person didn't end the connection with you, I think you chose to end the connection with them. And I think they might be blaming you for that, or looking for reasons why you're the bad guy, you did something wrong. And they're kind of stuck in their own layer of illusion. Like, this person, I think, genuinely feels dead inside. And it's interesting because you're shown as like a figure, and they're a skeleton, but they're pointing the finger at you. And I think that because of that, they are well, I mean, I'm interested to see what their thoughts are. We might honestly have to have a good laugh, but and if you are this person, I just want to say, like, say this with the utmost peace and love, like, you are incredible, and the sooner you stop lying to yourself, the sooner you can actually start to be the type of person that that your ego fantasizes about. And I think in your case, if you are on this devil side, I think that your actions backed up your words. I think that you were unafraid to call this person out, or you were unafraid to not put up with their shit. I also think that you were not willing to give up your own authenticity and your own desires to make this influencer person happy. I feel like this influencer person gets their sense of self by getting approval from others, whereas you get your sense of self from spending time with yourself and doing things that you enjoy. That one's much healthier. And so I think what's going on here, especially with this play card, is that I do think that this influencer person, like, is still very attached to you and quite obsessed with you, like, especially if you were the one to reject them, or if you didn't have any problems with them, like, cutting you out of their life, or you kind of accepted whatever happened. I feel like this person I feel like that they do have a bit of a raging ego, and I think that they are kind of trying to understand, like, they're trying to come up with explanations as to why things aren't turning out the way they thought. I guess just honestly, their brain is doing overtime right now in terms of justifying why they're not the problem, why they should do things. We'll get into their thoughts, but the point of this energy check is the fact that I think that this connection, depending on who this person is to you, the severity of how deeply an ego they are, like, you know, for some of you, there might be a lot of love and care for this person, and it might be that this is just growing pains, but for others, this could be an experience, someone that's in your life for a season and kind of a reason. But I definitely think that there's pain on both sides here, because I think that in your case, if you are the devil person, I feel like you were just trying, I feel like you saw the light in the influencer person. Like, you genuinely thought that, I think you saw their value, and I think you wanted them to see their value too. But I think one of the, like, difficult truths about being with people that can't meet you at your level, or at the very least can't understand your perspective, or is unwilling to look at a perspective outside of theirs, is that it's kind of hard to be in a connection with them, because you can't really connect. Like, a connection is hard with someone who's not connecting to themselves and only connecting to things in their external reality and images and identities that make them feel good and help them prop themselves up. I feel like you really got to the core of this person, and I think that they couldn't recognize that, because I feel like rather than you seeing the truth of them, this influencer person perceived it as you invalidating the identity that they present, the self that they market to the outside world, and saying that's not true, that's not real. And so for the influencer person, that is literally denying everything that they base their existence on. And so for you, you might be like, I don't understand, like, I did things in a kind way, like, I was never trying to be inherently malicious or anything like that. I just wanted them to recognize things from my perspective. And that's the thing, they can't recognize from your perspective, because I think your perspective is probably more healthy and balanced than theirs is. They see things from their perspective, and they're not real with themselves or with other people. So it's going to be hard to have a connection with someone who doesn't connect genuinely. They connect in ways to receive approval from others, rather than to share in a mutually uplifting connection. So for this person, they've definitely got a raging ego, and I think that right now they are reaping what they've sown. I feel like for you, you know, you have the frustrating experience of, you know, and of course nobody's perfect. Maybe you did do things that you're not proud of, or things that hurt this person, or, you know, it takes two to tango. But what I think overall, especially considering your card is like primarily green and their energy card is all red, like, I feel like you have a better sense of, like, heart energy. And I think that you genuinely cared about this person. And I think that this person cared about you, but not in the genuine way that you cared about them. And I hope that's not painful to say, but I mean it like this. This person either can't or is not at a place in life yet where they are able to connect in loving, positive ways and be playful and fun with you. If this was a friends with benefits connection, I want to say like straight off the bat, like this person might think that you played them, or might think that, like, I feel like for some, this person thinks that they can just come right back in, or they might be really desiring you right now because you may not be giving them the time of day for some of you. But I don't know what that message was about. But the point of what I was trying to say is that this influencer person, they cared about you in the sense that you made them feel really good. And I do think that there were like things that you had in common, like maybe similar interests that you had, like around people that you follow, or shows that you're interested in, or like things that, common interests that bonded you together. And that might be what brought you both together in the first place. And it could have even been like a work situation, or something where you and this person, I feel like you connected in a genuine way at first, at least from your perspective. I feel like the universe is kind of giving me your side a little bit, because this person's perspective is heavily distorted by their own pain. So I think that's the point of what I'm trying to say, is that this person has this outlook on life. Like, nobody just, I don't want to say that. Like, this person has the outlook on life that they do because it has either been shown to them or reiterated to them, or they've reiterated to themselves that who they truly are is not valuable or worthy, that they must be something perfect, that they must be something different than who they naturally are. And I think you are someone who is much more comfortable being yourself, and I think you're much more secure in yourself and not afraid to call people out. And I think that this person could not handle that. And I think that they cared about, I think they admired you and looked up to you and respected your opinion. And I think that's part of the reason why this obsession still exists here, with this devil card being here. Like, I feel like this person is very attached to you because I think that you were different in the sense that you read through them, you saw through them. And I think that there was a part of them that really liked that, and a part of them that was deeply disturbed by it. It's like their heart space was so excited to be acknowledged, and because they respected and admired you and likely looked up to you, I feel like your approval was like extra good. Like if anyone's approval is a chicken sandwich, your approval is like the Popeyes chicken sandwich, you know what I mean? Like, it's just top tier. Like it was extra good. And so not having your approval anymore, not having your energy and your influence to validate the identity that they're presenting, or the self that they are marketing out to the world, just was a deep cut for them. And that's not anything, like, I feel like a lot of what's happened between the two of you is probably more just the way that this person interpreted it rather than what happened. But anyway, the person that is thinking about you is someone who you were meant to cross paths with in whatever way it was meant, because we do have this destiny card here. But how this connection unfolded is and was up to the two of you. And I definitely think that this is a connection where, no matter what type it is, familial, romantic, platonic, there's pain on both sides here, like, definitely. And I think in your case, it's probably around wanting to connect with the real person, the real influencer, wanting to be authentic. And I feel like there's maybe a part of you as well that saw a past version of yourself in them. But this influencer person is more attached to their marketed image than they are attached to genuine and real connection. And until they can have a genuine and real connection with themselves, it's going to be very challenging for them to do that with other people. So let's go ahead and see what they are thinking about you late at night, which is so funny that we're using the hide tarot, because like this person is definitely hiding a lot of things. And I do think that they feel quite dead inside, and they might actually say that. And they might have been jealous by the fact that either you didn't, or at the very least you found some sort of meaning and joy out of life. Anyway, I did quickly want to mention while I am shuffling, if this is a romantic connection or a physically or friends with benefits connection, something like that, we are going to be doing it in extended. That is 18 plus. Although I do want to say, like, a lot of the stuff, like, we're doing it in extended. It's 18 plus. The messages may or may not be 18 plus. If you are interested in what this is being said and this reading is resonating, struggling with my words today, in the extended, that is linked down below, we are going to be looking at what makes this influencer person attracted to you. I guess we could see, why are they so obsessed with you? And if there is a physical attraction there, what about you turns them on, what they're attracted to. And then we are going to be looking at their 18 plus desires and fantasies. So that doesn't mean they'll all be 18 plus, but there's been some interesting juicy stuff that's come through. And then we're gonna call in their higher self and get a secret from their higher self, a secret their higher self wants to tell you. So their higher self is not attached to human ego. It's their kind of the purest soul version of this influencer person. And see, that's the thing. I think they do have a heart. They're just not connected to it. And in order to connect to themselves, they have to be willing to feel the pain of whatever past trauma they've been through. And I think that's something that's too overwhelming for them, or something that they're not aware of. So they're continuing to project their desired reality outward. Anyway, we're going to get that secret from their higher self, see what their higher self wants you to know, and then we're going to get tons of channeled messages and tons of guidance. So if you want to check that out, that will be linked down below. They have been very juicy. And whether this is romantic or platonic, you can still watch. You just may have to filter out more messages, especially the more sexual ones, if they are awkward to you. Anyway, Spirit, what is this person, this influencer person, what are they thinking about late at night when it comes to pile 3? Okay, we have the Sun. I'm hearing Old Town Road, that song by Lil Nas X. Something significant could have happened in the time period when that song was really popular, or there could have been an inside joke with that. We also have the Ace of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, wow, okay. And we have the Two of Swords. And bottom of the deck, which I haven't been taking the bottom of the deck, but I think it's important here. Oh, I guess we're getting 2. We're getting the Witch and the Heron, which is the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. So I'm going to put these over here because I feel like they're a side message. So let's look at this person's late night thoughts. I want to start with the fossil and the fruit, because depending on what your connection to this person is, I do think that these two energies, this King and Queen of Pentacles, are energies outside of this influencer person. So, and like I said, influencer doesn't mean literally influencer, just representing their energy. That's the person thinking about you. I feel like these two individuals could be a couple of things. A lot of this person's wounds could come from their parents. King and Queen of Pentacles are counterparts, right? So I do think for some of you that a lot of what they think about is wanting to please them, or wanting to prove them right, or show them that they're fine. For others, if this person was a romantic interest, I'm hearing that song Love Music. Is it by Lil Yachty? For some of you, this person thought you were the one, like, and they might still think that. That could be part of why there's the obsession there. But for others, especially if this was like a platonic friend, you could have gotten into a serious relationship or deepened a relationship or met a person that has become a significant relationship to you. And it doesn't even have to be a romantic one. It could be a friend, like a really close friend, or whatever the case may be. I do feel like there was someone that came into your life that this person was jealous of, whether it be a partner or a new friend. And / or part of what they are thinking about is the fact that I think they think a lot about their parents and a lot about their desire to please their parents. I think that that informs a lot of their decisions for some of you, not all of you. But the core point of what I'm trying to say about these two is, because they're sticking out so much to me, is just that part of the obsession and anger, frustration, jealousy, for some, depending on the connection to this person, is rooted from parental influence and their upbringing. They're still very attached to what their parents think of them, or what their what the people who raised them think of them. But if there is no parental influence that you're aware of, which you might not even be aware of it, I feel like this person could literally be the type of person to be like, it gives me You vibes, like the You season 1, where Beck said that her dad was dead even though he wasn't, just because she didn't want to talk about it. Like, I feel like this person might be like, oh yeah, my parents are fine or whatever. Like, they might not talk much about their life. But for others, this King and Queen of Pentacles represents you and someone in your life, whether it be a partner, a friend, something like that, that they were jealous of and felt like your connection was more solid and that they were more matched to you, that you were more valuable, blah, 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 blah. And then the third one is this person, if this is romantic, I feel like this person saw you as the one, like the person that they wanted to build a life with, build a family with. And honestly, part of it could have been that you fit really well into their image of who they wanted to be. Like, they really admired you. They really wanted you to be like their counterpart and be in their life. Because also with the Sun and the Ace of Wands, this person definitely did not tell you the extent of how meaningful you are to them. I feel like this person would rather, because, okay, I was kind of addicted to this person. I'm sorry to the influencer person. I do feel like for some of you, this person genuinely does not feel, but I feel like for others, this person does kind of feel, and I do think that they cared about you. Like I said they did care about you, but it's just their way of caring is, it's more self-focused than it is like genuine, authentically just caring about the other. I do think that this influencer person did not tell you how much your connection meant to them and how happy, and I don't think they realized how happy it actually made them until they didn't have it anymore. With the Horse card being here, it's funny too, because this is the Sun card. So the Sun, while it can represent vibrancy and joy, it can also represent ego, and that is the solar plexus chakra. And so I do feel like there is a stubbornness within this person where they can't see what they can't see. Like, their thoughts are very much projected onto everyone around them. Their insecurities, their shadows, they project outward. But I also think that they do think about the fact that you're probably much happier without them. Like, it's kind of this like, whatever, they don't need me, they never needed me, blah, blah, blah. Like, there is a little bit for some of you of a dialogue around throwing themselves a pity party. But I also think that this person, for some of you, hopes that you're happy. It's hard because the person coming through, I feel like for some of you, was maybe just too stuck in their ego to be honest about how you truly made them feel. And for others, I feel like this person was mainly in their ego when you guys were connected, and I think they didn't realize, they weren't aware of how valuable you were to them until they either pushed you away or things came to a head. And for some of you, maybe this person just doesn't have that capacity at all, but I think that's a select few of you. For a select few of you, this person maybe trying to convince themselves that they're happier without you. With the Ace of Wands being here, I feel like they might honestly get upset when they think about you. Like, they might get re-triggered, and then it like triggers their ego, and like then they just go into this blame game thing, and then they just talk themselves up and convince themselves of whatever they need to believe in order to feel comfortable and secure. But I definitely think that for some of you, if this person might think about, like, if you have a partner, they might actually think about you being physically intimate with them to purposefully make themselves mad in order to glow up more. I feel like this person is really focused on their glow up, really focused on how they can, for some of you, I feel like they want to one-up you in some way, like, but not in a way that directly harms you. I feel like there is an element of you that they wish they had, whether it's a gift, whether it's a personality trait, or a way of speaking, an aesthetic thing. They try to bottle up your essence and use it for themselves. So, like, for example, if you had if you were like really good at cooking, for example, this person is now gonna, they might have seen the approval and admiration you got for that, so they want to have that for themselves. They want to take that on for themselves. Like, they want to take that bit of that and use it for themselves. And I definitely think that this person is inspired by your life. They're inspired by what you have done, what you have accomplished, but they feel like they are more deserving of it, or they are like, why don't I have that? Especially if this person is a friend or was a friend and you found a partner that is very kind to you, that maybe helped you become aware of, like, maybe how this person wasn't treating you right. I feel like they think about the fact that, like, they should have that connection. Like, it shouldn't have happened that way. They might be jealous of who your partner is and, like, wish that they had your partner, or that they just had a partner, period. I feel like with the Vampire card here, you might try to, like, this is actually a message for you, first and foremost. You might pick up on their energy or feel really drained when you think about them, or you find yourself randomly thinking about them. I do think, like, I would do a cord cutting ritual or something like that, or just pray to the universe to release any cords attached to this person if you don't want to be attached to this person, because I do feel like they might be draining your energy by directing a lot of negative energy towards you. Okay, now I see why I was gonna grab the evil eye candle. I was gonna grab a different candle before I started filming this, and I think I realized why. This person definitely, it's weird. Like, they kind of send you the evil eye, whether intentionally or not. And I think for some of you, it's like, well, I'm hearing Love to Hate Me by Blackpink, but I feel like this person is your biggest hater, because I don't want to say your biggest hater, but, like, they love you, or but it's not genuine, like, it's not a genuine, like, love is patient, love is kind, love allows and gives, love does not take. Like, this person doesn't know what genuine love is. And I think one of the things that they loved is they loved how your life looked and how people perceived you, and how you seemed to have it all together, and how you were better than them in whatever way. I don't think that they thought that. And I think they wanted to be like you, or wanted to have you as a possession or to be theirs, because you propped them up, you made them feel good, you made them happy. And there's so much here where the universe is like, hey, the person thinking about pile 3, what is this telling us? And this person is not interested in that. They're interested on flexing and glowing up and basically proving their worth and proving that they're fine and don't have emotions through artificial means, and continuing the same cycle of needing validation and believing that other people have stolen things from them, or believe that other people have things that they don't deserve, because this person doesn't see their worth. They don't recognize that they are inherently worthy of love, and the most loving thing you can do for yourself is genuinely work on yourself and have self-awareness. But that's not what they that's not what they want. That's not what they're interested in. I just got, okay, this is a specific message. You will know if this resonates for you. And if you are unsure, I would just pray for protection. That is simple and effective. But for a select few of you, this person might actually be literally doing witchcraft on you. And I don't say that lightly. Like, I don't say that. And so I'm not going to be like, okay, so go buy my curse removal thing for $6,000. Like, no. I do think for some of you, I will be honest, like, not to be that guy, but their craft ain't that strong, so I wouldn't be too worried. Like, in fact, I think a lot of it is bounced off of you. And a lot of the reason why you're protected and it's bounced off of you is because you're living from a place of authenticity, a place of love. And like, it doesn't stick around. But I literally think with this Four of Pentacles card, this person cannot let go of what happened between the two of you, whatever it was. And I think they ruminate over it, and they spend so much time like justifying to themselves why you're the problem, they're not, why things should be different and they're not, why the universe must hate them or the universe is punishing them. And I feel like this person is just, because I just realized with the bottle as well, like they might be literally creating spells to try to replicate what you have in your life, or like a mirror spell or something like that. Because I feel like with the Six of Wands, like they want to prove in their mind, this is literally what I'm hearing. They want to prove to the world that they are better than you, right? But I think what they don't realize is that they just have deep issues around self-worth, and that if they just recognize that you both are two different people and that you don't have to hate on other people. Like, I feel like the thing that this person doesn't recognize is that there are things that they genuinely admire and value within you. And rather than recognizing those qualities within themselves, they automatically think that the universe is punishing them for not giving them those qualities, or that you don't deserve them, or there's no such, like, deservability is not a thing in love. Like, love just is. And I think with this person, I'm not gonna lie, for some of you, this person is very hateful and mean, and it's because they hate themselves and they're mean to themselves, and so they're mean to other people. And I think that they think about how can I project this image of like, I am fine and nobody needs to know. I've got everything. I've got the bag. I've got the house. I've got the car. I've got, like, this person is just so entrenched in their ego goggles that they cannot see the forest from the trees. I feel like they also, like, they're so far up their own ass, and I feel like they really don't see how the universe is genuinely trying to bring them positive experiences and positive people that can help them see their value and their worth. I genuinely feel like you were one of those people, and their own choices, their own actions create outcomes that they then blame on the universe. Like, you can't be mad at someone for existing and their existence triggering you. Like, that's just, you could maybe communicate to them what's going on, and maybe you guys can work through that. But with this Six of Wands being here, I feel like this person cares more about winning in this situation rather than reconciliation in whatever way that may be. Like, with this Four of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, I think that this person is saying, no, I don't want to be on an even playing field with this person, because this person didn't think that you were on even playing fields. It could be that when this connection started out, they felt like they were better than you, and then as it evolved, they may, like, the tables may have turned, and they may have realized, like, that they actually felt really insecure around you, and that you just being yourself, like, made them feel less valuable. Or you could have grown and evolved, and they could have been really jealous of that. But I definitely think that they don't care about a genuine connection. They care about winning. And it's really sad. That's really, really sad, because I feel like the challenge that I'm having as I'm channeling this is, I feel like for some of you, like there's a couple different groups here that I'm sensing. And I think the commonality between the people watching this pile, I think every single person that is watching this pile, who it is meant for, that resonates with this side, you had either completely genuine intentions or genuine intentions and may have made some mistakes or may have just not put up with their bullshit. Like, I feel like for some of you might reflect and be like, yeah, I could have done XYZ differently, but like ultimately I know that I feel like you might beat yourself up and think that and wish you could have done more or wonder what you could have changed. And I think the thing is that you can't change this person. They have to be willing to change themselves. And I think that you might be beating yourself up a lot about this. And I think what you need to realize is that this person is not doing well in terms of they are committing so hard to the stories their ego has told them. And as a result, it is directly inhibiting them from having a beautiful, genuine connection with you, whether it be loving, whether it be romantic, platonic, whatever it may be. And I think that's the sad thing, because I think you did genuinely come into this with good and kind intentions. And I think that there is, and for some of you, this is what I was saying, for some of you, there is a group where this person genuinely does, like, they felt that genuine connection too, and their heart was in it, but their ego was stronger than their heart. For others, this person did not realize how much you meant to them until after you left, and so now it's like they're fighting with their ego. And for a third group of you, which I think is much smaller, but it's still there and I have to acknowledge it, this person just is not, they don't have the capacity to listen to their heart at this point in time, because the intensity of the self that they are marketing, the intensity of their ego, is what motivates them, what drives them, and how they live and operate. So like they couldn't have an authentic connection with you. And a lot of how they see you was not based on your genuine qualities, but based on what you gave them. Whether that is a stable relationship, a sense of, oh, look at my friend, look at how great they are, a sense of the benefit that you brought to them, if that makes sense. For those of you where there was a physical connection, they definitely have a lot of 18 plus thoughts, which we will get into in the extended. But this person is definitely someone who just they believe the world is punishing them, but they punish themselves each and every day through the actions they take, the assumptions that they make, and through the stories they tell themselves that have no basis in reality. And I genuinely hope this person heals. I hope they heal. And in your case, I hope that you have strong enough discernment to know which group I am talking about in terms of this person, and know the fact that if they said some really hurtful things to you that didn't sound right or feel right, it was just projection. I think you needed acknowledgement that definitely was projection. So let's go ahead now and clarify these more deeply with some channeled messages. So Spirit, can you clarify the Sun card, please, for me? No, this is so fucking on point, because like with the Sun being ego and this red, it's like this person refuses to look at things in a way that doesn't match their image of themselves. And I feel like this is the type of person who believes that because they've suffered, everyone else should suffer. They're not the type of person who knows suffering and as a result wishes to ease that burden and make sure others don't experience that. Like, this is someone who says, I struggle, you struggle too. Like, this is someone with a very distorted sense of justice, right and wrong, things like that. But what about the Ace of Wands? Yeah, okay. So for some of you, this person, if this isn't like if you weren't physically intimate with them and there wasn't an attachment there, I feel like this person could have been obsessed with your body type, or like a type of body that you had that they didn't. Like, they might have been really jealous about that in some sort of way. But with this 15 card, like, for those of you where this is friends with benefits, something more, they part of their obsession is the fact that like the physical connection was either something that they really yearn for. They do yearn for it, but yeah, they definitely think about your body a lot. Your body is something that they really like. What about the King and Queen of Pentacles? I'm gonna do that together. You are so very special. Yeah, no, that makes makes so much sense, because whether it's the parent thing, obviously they want the approval of their parents. They want their parents to tell them how special they are, think the world of them, because this 21 is the world card. If this is a friend, they see that you have someone in your life that recognizes how special you are, or treats you the way you deserve, treats you as you being special. And I think they could be very jealous of that and be like, why don't I have that? I want that. If this person sees you as the one, they can't let go of the idea of that you two are meant to be together. And I feel like for a really, 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 like, I'm telling you, like a small portion of you, if you feel this person has a genuine heart and is changing and growing, I do feel like this person wants to, well, I did say, like, reconciliation is not what they want. They want to win. And I feel like that's the thing, is like, you are a special person and you deserve to have someone who recognizes that, and not someone that sees you as a trophy or someone that uses you to prop up their own ego. No matter what, though, this person sees you as highly valuable, and they are low-key kind of obsessed with you because you, whether they realize it or not, are the catalyst to them actually seeing their triggers and shadows and helping them grow and change, but they don't realize that. Ultimately, though, I think they are very jealous of how they're very jealous of you, period. They're very jealous of what you have in your life, and the fact that you seem to have more support, that you seem to have what they deserve, what they want. And yeah. Anyway, Two of Swords, Spirit. Wrongful advice. Yeah, okay. So this is what's so funny. Things that you've told this person, like if you've given this person truth bombs, they fight those in their head all the time. Because there is that small part of them that's like, well, what if they're right? No, they don't take it. They don't listen to it. If anything, their brain is constantly working overtime to justify and validate whatever their ego needs to say. Like, no, I'm not the problem. You are. No, this is not my fault. And I think it's interesting too, because the this eye is closed in this, like, what are those called? Those fortune things. And I feel like this person, yeah, like they don't have an open third eye. They don't see things intuitively. You have to have a connection with yourself to see things intuitively, which I think honestly people can be intuitive and have malicious, nefarious intentions. Like, I think narcissists and empaths kind of exist within the same paradigm. It's just about where they project that energy, but that's a whole different thing. But I do think that, like, this person isn't intuitive at all. Like, they're not the type of person who can figure out what you like and what you want in order to use and manipulate you. Like, they're not that type of person. They're just the type of person who needs to convince and control how they think people see them, need to assert whatever their reality is. Like, they can't read a room, if that makes sense. Like, they don't have that perceptive, intuitive ability to recognize how their actions and the way they present themselves would come across to other people. They're too busy affirming that and, you know, worrying about that to even think about, like, intuiting. They don't have an open third eye. They don't see the fact that they are the majority of the problems. Okay. What about, yeah, I would do anything for you. On the bottom of the deck, we have yes. I'll do anything. What's that song? Like, I'll do anything for love. But self-reflect and look at where my ego is ruling me. No, I won't do that. I feel like this person thinks that they would do anything, but they won't love themselves. They won't look at themselves. They won't look at reality. So, yeah. I think that, I literally think that it's like, I would do anything for you to not let go of me. I would do anything for you to prop up my ego. I would do anything for you to give me that validation I'm seeking and craving. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish this reading off before we go into the extended. Can't wait for that. And see what guidance the universe has for you about this situation, because you're probably like, whoa. So we have abundance, money increase, stability, wealth. If your life got better after this person left your life, that is because this is a quintessential abundance blocker. Like they drain your time, they drain your energy, they make you feel bad about yourself, they make you feel disconnected to love. Like I like to believe that everyone can grow and change, but with where this person's energy is right now, I would say like you are better off not having them in your life, at least at this point. If they grow and change and, prove to you that they're a different person and evolve, like I think we can always give people second chances and forgive, but ultimately you will know. And I don't like to be very definitive in readings, but I gotta call this person out and be like, listen, they just wanted to hold you down and keep you at their level. They're a leveler. They want to keep you at their level rather than see you thrive. And the universe is saying you are thriving. And if not, you will be soon, because you're taking all the necessary actions. You're gaining stability. And abundance and wealth too are so much more than just physical money. It's also like having joyful experiences, being around people that genuinely love you and genuinely enjoy you. Feeling secure, feeling connected to the flow. This is really beautiful. And anything that makes you feel bad, anything that doesn't make you feel good, anything that isn't real, that is not your problem. This is not something that you have to entertain. I guess Spirit wants me to grab this card. But we also have the heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. And I think this card is really important because it can be very easy to either look at someone as like all good or all bad, depending on how they treat us, right? Especially in a case like this, it seems like this person is looking at you as all bad because they need that in order to prop up their ego. And you might be pushing away the negative elements of this person because you see the light in them, you see the good in them. But everybody has light and dark within them. And if you're only looking at one side of that energy, you're not seeing the other half. And the fact that it's not about like, life is so much about the choices that we make. And this person's choices are reflecting a reality that even if they do have a big heart at their core, their ego is bigger. And I think also, you should not discount how much love and care that you have for others and how beautiful that is. And the fact that you can't heal people for them. You can't show people something that they're unwilling to see. Like, until this person takes their ego goggles off, it's gonna be like arguing with a very mean wall. Anyway, we also have whatever I'm going through will soon be over. So if you are like, I feel like for some of you, this could be a sign that like this person is, if you're frustrated with this person or something like that, they could be, I don't know, whatever you're going through will soon be over. Let's leave it at that. And finally, we have the heart center with focused. The theme is empowered, and the trigger statement is, I don't want to be here. And the true statement is, I am exactly where I need to be. You are ready to allow the energy from the divine and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here. Yeah, and this person needs to learn that, because that is what would help them be in alignment with abundance and to see their growth. But I think that you are realizing that your power does not lie in consoling others and setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm and betraying yourself to make others feel better. I think what you're realizing is that your power is in choices that align with the person you want to be. And I think that this person, you might be carrying a lot of guilt around this person. And I feel like the universe is saying, don't beat yourself up for their choices. Don't beat yourself up for their perspective. We all choose how we deal with our experiences in life. And there are many people that have, well, first of all, everyone suffers. Like, no one leaves this earth unscathed. And the ambulance was like, heard that. And it's a lot about how we deal with that suffering, especially if you're the type of person who knows suffering and wants to make sure that other people know, or wants to help other people and mitigate and like remove some of that suffering, rather than someone like this who is at this stage in their life thinking, I've suffered, so other people should too. Woe is me. Why don't I have what I want? And that's the thing, is what this person is not seeing is that you are living from a heartfelt place, from a place that is not about ego. And they can't see that because the ego does not understand the heart. That's why it works so hard to try to invalidate it. But pile 3, I keep wanting to call you pile 1. I don't know why, I'm sorry. That is all I have for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the extended now, but if you are leaving me here, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background, and thank you so much for being here. I really hope that this reading resonated, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you would like to support me and show love in any way, you can check out the extended. You can subscribe if you haven't already. You can comment down below, let me know how it resonates. You can check out my merch and check out my social media, though beware of scammers pretending to be me. I do not offer personal readings, but that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, pile 4. Welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for being here. If you guys chose the aura coded clear quartz, I think it's also sometimes called angel aura quartz, and the wild unknown tarot, this is going to be your reading on who is having late night thoughts about you and what are they thinking. So we're going to start by doing an energy check to make sure that this even is your pile and that it will resonate. So I'm going to start by looking at who is thinking about you. If you get yourself, that's fine. You can still watch this, but you might want to pick a different pile because there might be a pile that is about you rather than you. Anyway, so the person who is thinking about you is the cheese fries and number 5 with the root chakra with fortune. Okay. This card represents the overall energy of the connection at this time. And we have moonlit baths, take it easy, relaxation, rest, pause. And then these, well, you actually got 3 cards, but these cards are going to represent how this person that is thinking about you perceives you. So you might not resonate with everything there, but this is helping me see this person's perspective so that when I channel their thoughts, I have a better idea of where they're coming from. So in terms of how this person sees you, oh, we have the star. We have oneness with the crown chakra, and we have stagnation with the crown chakra. I don't think this is surprising though, because this kind of gives me this like a very crowny crystal, right? Wow, okay. I actually really love the energy of this pile and of this person. Starting with this person, this is definitely someone you know, and someone that you love. If not love, have a deep amount of care for, because this is someone special to you. With the cheese fries being here, this person is someone who's incredibly hard on themselves and someone who is very focused right now on abundance, financial stability. They're focused on the earthly realm and mastering that. I definitely think that this is someone who pushes themselves to the brink, someone who has a hard time of like being kind to themselves and letting themselves indulge. But I feel like ultimately this person is someone that has brought a lot of value to your life already, no matter where the connection is, how it has evolved, what it looks like between the two of you, whether it's romantic, platonic, whatever. You see this person as deserving the world. And I think that this person is someone who you connect to on a very, very, very deep level. I would say for some of you, this could be someone that you are in a partnership with already. For others, I would definitely say that this gives me divine counterpart vibes. And for others, I think that this is just a special person to you. We don't even need to put a label on what type of connection it is, but this is definitely a special person to you in your life that has taught you a lot about yourself, about what is truly valuable. And I think you see this person and the connection you have with them as valuable. With this fortune card, I love that the goddess Lakshmi is in this card, because I feel like this person is working a lot on their own self-worth, on their monetary abundance and things like that. But I also think that this person that I'm channeling sees you that way, especially because the dress on the star like looks so similar to all of the yellow in here. Even though this root chakra is represented by yellow, I really feel like this person that is coming through is someone who is really focused on the material plane. It's interesting that you're coming through as the crown and they're coming through as the root, because I think that they're definitely doing more, they're just really working hard on their material life, on their material world. And I think that they hold themselves to unnecessarily high levels of perfection. And I think kind of one of the ironic things is that Lakshmi is a great goddess to pray to when it comes to things around like self-worth and seeing your beauty and seeing your value and just the innate value of your existence and your own self-worth. And I think that this person doesn't see how they're innately worthy. And so I feel like they hold themselves to really high standards, almost unrealistic standards, definitely unrealistic standards, that keep them kind of stuck in a cycle of feeling like they're not good enough. And I think the one thing that the universe is trying to get them to realize is that their worth and their value does not come from what they have on the material plane. And as long as they hold themselves to that, metric, they will feel unworthy, because their sense of self-worth is not rooted in the material. It's rooted in the soul. It's rooted in the spirit. It's rooted in the realization that this person that we're channeling, same as you, is a divine being who is a blessing to have on this earth, who is awakening to the truth of who they really are, of what is really valuable, of what really matters. And I feel like this fortune card also talks about destiny. And I think that this person is someone who feels like you and them were destined to meet. I feel like they see themselves as valuable for having you in their life or knowing you. And I also feel like with the 5, with this fortune card, I feel like this person is actually like successfully making moves in their material abundance, in their monetary world. And I think actually it is as a result of that they're becoming aware of the fact that they can't just be a mindless money-making machine, because that's gonna make them, you know, not a human, but a mindless working machine. I think right now they're in this energy of really indulging and resting. I mean, we have this rest for both of you, but I definitely think that they are taking time to just kind of relax and think about where their next steps are headed. This person might also use like food or substances as like a way to indulge. I feel like they could have some hedonistic tendencies, but I feel like it's kind of this work hard, play hard, enjoy hard mentality. And they are hard on themselves. So I feel like this is someone who makes life harder than it needs to be for themselves, because they refuse to look at, oh, maybe you could do this a different way, or maybe you could just, like, I feel like when it comes to this staircase to the eye being awareness, awakening the truth, I feel like they, it's like they need to have that staircase to the eye, because it's like if the awareness and the truth that they're learning just came to them naturally, they wouldn't truly integrate it, or they wouldn't feel deserving of it. They're definitely on a journey of self-love and self-worth right now. And I think that that is especially important for them given how they see you, because let's talk about that. Oh, speaking of, we have the number 21 here, which is the world card. So I do feel like there's a cycle finishing between the two of you, but I also think that you know, in the world card, the fixed signs are represented. So this person could have Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, or Aquarius placements. They don't have to, but this does seem like this person is more fixed. So I do think it takes more time and energy for them to evolve, in the sense that when they do make good changes, they are lasting and great, but it takes a long time for them to realize like maybe what needs to change or how things need to change. And I think that sometimes they spend more time beating themselves up for what they're doing wrong rather than focusing on what they're doing right or the value they already have. But they're in this journey of learning of what is truly valuable, what truly matters to them. And I think that you have played a role in them seeing their own innate value and the fact that they do deserve to be kind to themselves, that they do deserve to, that their worth is not in what they do, but in who they are, in their heart. So let's talk about you with this star card being here. I immediately was brought to this scene in the Narnia movies. Obviously they're books, but like I don't know how it's portrayed in the book, but in the movie Narnia with Prince Caspian in it, there's this scene where this girl, I don't know what she is. I don't know if she's a guide or, I don't know, an ethereal human being, but she literally comes down from like a star, and Edmund and the Prince Caspian guy are just like looking at her like wide-eyed, like, oh my God, like. And I'm like at one point she's like, oh, I can change form if this makes you uncomfortable. They're like, no, like, because they're very attracted to her. They think she's very beautiful. And I definitely think that that is how this person sees you. They love you. Like, and it's not a love in terms of like, because if you're not, okay, if you're with this person, like if you're in a connection, they love you for like a lot of reasons. But if this is a connection where things haven't been, like you haven't been in a relationship with this person, things haven't gotten to that standpoint, this person loves you for who you are, loves that you exist, and loves that they know you. With this star card being here, this person sees you winning in life, whatever that is for you. You could be very successful in your job. You could be very successful in your community, in your career, on social media, whatever it may be. This person sees you getting a lot of attention, and you might be like, I literally talk to no one. They might also think that you have more attention than you're really getting. Like, this person definitely puts you on a pedestal a little bit, and they literally see you as so valuable, so special, and I feel like they almost think like, well, no wonder people love Pile 4 so much. Like, they're incredible, they're amazing, they're so valuable. And I think honestly what really stumps them, but also moves them and humbles them, and it's a bit unnerving to them how little you see how incredible you are. Like, this person feels like you're too humble or too low-key about your accomplishments, about who you are. If anything, I feel like this person gets insecure about, like, who might be in your life. Like, I feel like this person is really focused on being enough for you and being what you need and being worthy of holding a star. You know what I mean? It's this energy where this person sees your value so much that they almost miss out on how the beautiful things they see in you are also reflected within them. But I think that's what they're learning. I think they see you as someone who already has done a lot for themselves, and I feel like they want to be on your level. I also feel like they see you as someone very fortunate, and that experience of fortune has not corrupted your spirit or corrupted your heart. Like, with this oneness card, I feel like this person genuinely like feels connected to you all the time. I think they also think you have a very healthy balance of feminine and masculine energy. Like, you're a balanced person in general, and you open this person to realities that they are much less tapped into because they're so focused on the material. I definitely think that this person has the capacity to be spiritual, and they could be quite spiritual. They could even be religious. But, you know, spirituality and religion, even if you are that, that can always be distorted with human perceptions, ego desires, things like that. And I think that this person is realizing through you and through your connection what truly matters. And I think, honestly, it does seem like, considering the Moonlit Baths card is here, it does seem like there's not much happening in this connection right now, especially with the stagnation card being here, where whether that is because, like, for example, if you're in a relationship, you know, maybe the connection, maybe the relationship isn't moving somewhere because this person is like really focused on reaching some sort of milestone first. Like, one thing I heard is, like, if you're dating this person, not trying to, I mean, take this as a hypothetical, not as a literal thing, but like, this person would like be thinking about proposing to you, but maybe they want to make sure that they have enough money to get the kind of ring that they think that you're worthy of, like things like that. Just their perception. That's one example. For a lot of you, I wouldn't be shocked if you're not in a relationship with this person at all, because I think that for many of you, this person, I mean, you have a connection with them that transcends time and space very clearly. This is a soul connection, 100%. And this person recognizes that because this is how they're perceiving you. And I think that they see what you've been able to accomplish has been because of the energy of your soul, the energy of your spirit. I mean, also a lot of other wonderful things about you, but also the star is Aquarius energy. Like, I feel like this person sees a future with you. And one thing that I noticed as well is that we've got 21, which in numerology reduces to 3. I'm not talking about regular math, so don't bring that shit to my doorstep. And also the star card is the number 33, which is a master number. So a life path 3 or life path 33 could be significant. I feel like this person thinks you've mastered lessons that they're still learning. And I feel like they just genuinely, like, they want to feel like the playing field is more even and that they are more deserving of this. And I think that is a bit of an ego thing. Like, love does not equal deserving. Like, there's no such thing as earning love. Like, love is or it isn't. Like, anything else, like conditional love, like, that's not genuine. Like, it's not the deepest, purest form of love that exists. Love with conditions is not this. Like, this is, anyone that is connected to their crown chakra and like true, like, unconditional love from the universe will know that, you know, as the Bible puts it, love is patient, love is kind. Love simply allows and gives. It never, I don't know. Listen, my Bible days are far behind me, so I'd have to Google the quote. But pure love, rather than love in how I think it should be, is kind of being expressed here. Because I think in one element, I think that this person coming through wants to be the best and give you the best. And if they're not the best, then they want the best to come forward so that you can have the best. Like, you deserve the best, period. And I think that maybe one thing that confuses them is that they feel so connected to you and feel like either want to be a part of your world or love being a part of your world, depending on where you both are at with this connection. And I think one of the most challenging things for them is that through being connected to you, they're having to let go of their ego attachments around their lack of self-worth and around the belief that they're not good enough and that they're not worthy. The fact that we have this energy here, and I love that it's Moonlit Baths because we're talking about late night thoughts. I feel like this person thinks about you most when they, like, late at night. I think that they think about you most when they are taking time to themselves. And since they are someone who works very, very hard, I feel like just thinking about you or sitting in the energy of the connection or the energy of how they feel about you or the energy or the memories of being in your energy, memories of being around you, having certain experiences, like, that is something that helps them feel rested. It helps them, like, it's almost like something to look forward to. And I think that this person is a bit insecure about what you've accomplished and what you've achieved. I didn't finish. The 33 also, 3 isn't a number of Empress energy, and 21 reduces to 3, and 33 is 2 3s. So 333 could be an important synchronicity when it comes to this connection, but I think more than anything, Empress energy is really being highlighted between the two of you, where this person is learning to embody Empress energy in the physical, where they learn to let go of the way they think things should be and allow life to naturally unfold. They're learning to listen to the cycles of energy, the cycles of their body, the cycles of life. They're learning to trust the universe more and recognize where true value lies. I also think that they're recognizing that they do not have to, I hope so, that they do not have to work for love, that love just is. And I think that when it comes to you, I think they know that, but in order to be very authentic with you or to be able to step things up in this connection, they need to feel good about themselves and good about where they're at in life. And so I do feel like this connection is kind of like not much is happening right now. And I think they're acknowledging that with the stagnation. I feel like one of the things that this person is really grateful for is the fact that you're a very patient, kind, and understanding person. And I feel like even though there might not be happening a lot in the 3D when it comes to this connection, they feel you all the time. It's like they see you as just like, every time they're around you, it's like you pick up where you left off. And this person just feels so deeply connected to you that even through like a lack of things progressing in the physical realm, it doesn't really change how they feel about you, how they see this connection, the beauty of this connection. If anything, I think one thing that impresses them is either they've watched you evolve or they know about like previous parts of your life. They know that it took you time to reach this place where they're perceiving you in this star energy, where no matter what, like you are thriving in some way if you are this star, whether it is like getting an achievement you always wanted, getting more attention, getting more success, getting more approval, whatever it is, you're a star, baby. And this person can see that, and you are shining bright like a diamond. And I think that they are moved by the fact that your energy towards them is unwavering. Like, I feel like this person is so hard on themselves, so they get a little bit, they almost kind of have like reverse whiplash, where they're expecting maybe you to lash out at them or be angry at them when they do something that doesn't meet your expectations or when they mess up. And like, I feel like you've been nothing but patient and kind with them. And even if you have like raised your voice or gotten upset, I feel like you haven't reduced things to insults. Like, I feel like you're someone who is just very aware of the importance of kindness, the importance of, you know, not jumping to conclusions, not telling the full story. I feel like they're seeing you though as maybe being a bit more detached from them or kind of not paying attention to them. And I think they understand that, because if they're not interacting with you, if they're very busy and things like that, they could also have the perception that like, oh, they're just not giving me the time of day. Like, if they get stuck in an energy of insecurity, they might think about the fact that like, oh, my lack of action, or I'm not getting things done quickly enough, like they're just gonna move on, like they don't care, like. And I think they realize, like, once they actually take time to rest and like breathe, they realize like, oh no, I am just allowing my insecurities and the conclusions I jump to create unnecessary fear. But with this oneness card, I feel like if you're with this person in a commitment, like they are very happy with this union. Like they feel like it is one of the most valuable things to them, like, and they want to be worthy of it and feel worthy of it so that their insecurities don't sabotage it. And if you're not in a physical commitment with this person, or why did I say physical? If you're not in a like overt commitment with this person, if you just have a deep connection or something like that, I feel like this person is just recognizing how even when you're apart, like they're still so connected to you. Like, I think one of the things that they're truly realizing is the fact that their feelings for you are not going to change. And I think that they're starting to recognize that your feelings for them are not changing, in the sense that you might cycle through emotions around them. You might cycle through energies and highs and lows, but the core essence of what you feel for one another, which is this deep connection, this connection between the two of you that does feel easy, that does feel like you both can relax in one another's presence, that does just feel like Shiva and Shakti, like yin and yang, like it just feels, it's just connected as one. And I think that this person sees you already as like, you've done your part, your part is done, I'm still learning. And I hope that, you know, I think that this person is just trying to trust in the divine and not overthink things. I feel like they are realizing how valuable you are and how important it is that they recognize their own value, because otherwise, like, they can't really grow and change. But I think with this Moonlit Baths card, like, the energy of the connection itself when you both are with one another is, I think, something that is very nourishing for the both of you, in the sense that I think that you both are kind of able to rest and relax around one another. And I think that one of the things that this person really appreciates about this connection is the fact that you don't put pressure on them. Like, they're already hard on themselves. They already put enough pressure on themselves. So the fact that you're kind of just focused on you and not taking their behavior personally is something that this person is really grateful for, and also wants you to know, like, it is genuinely, like, so helpful that you're like that. Like, I also think, though, that this person feels like whatever is happening in the connection right now is how it's meant to be, because I feel like this person knows that, like, you both are intimately connected. And with the stagnation card, like, if there's any stagnation, it's just stagnation within the physical realm, within the 3D realm that has linear time and space. But this person's always connected to you, and I feel like this person knows that, like, they don't need to rush things, they don't need to force things. And I think one thing that they're realizing is that you may feel like an indulgence to them. Like, they actually get to relax when they're around you. They feel at peace. They feel good. They feel worthy. Just by being with you, like, your energy is so healing, which is why I think there's so much crown chakra energy, like, the way they're perceiving you that way, because you do have a really beautiful cosmic connection. You're literally the star. Like, you have cosmic energy to you. You have a lot of benevolent, loving, divine energy to you. Even 33 is, like, you know, that's how old Jesus was when he was crucified, and he's a master of Christ consciousness. And I feel like you might know or understand Christ consciousness or live by those values of just kindness, compassion, love, forgiveness. And I think that this person gets really overwhelmed when they do take time to, like, pause and take a break, and they're just like, even though you may not tell them how much you care about them, or you may not, like, you may try to, like, give them their space, or, you know, you're focused on other things, they still feel the energy. And, like, they might not completely understand, like, the mechanics of what's going on energetically, but they feel connected to you, and they feel like you're the one if you're with them. Like, I definitely think that they see you as the one, and they hope that you're not, that you don't take, like, maybe a lull in the relationship or stagnation in the relationship to mean that they're bored or they're not interested in something more. I feel like, if anything, they are just working really, really hard to, one, feel good about being in this connection with you so that they don't allow their insecurities to ruin it, which is something I already said, but also to really allow things to unfold in the best way. Like, I feel like they want destiny to unfold in a way that feels right for both of you, that things are not forced, that things are natural and effortless the way that they feel when you're together. And I feel like one thing they recognize too is that you don't seem to be bothered by how this connection unfolds, or, like, the stagnation within it. Like, I feel like no matter how you've grown, changed, and evolved, whether they've seen all of that or not, I feel like for a lot of you, this person has clearly known you long enough to the point where they can feel all of this about you, and they're seeing you, like, shining. So I feel like they've definitely, I feel like through your success, you're still the same person. You still have the same heart. You still have the same kindness. You still have the same love. And I think that this person is realizing, like, you are not someone who is changed or motivated by material shit. You're not motivated by ego desires, or by admiration from others, or by people showing up in the way you want them to, or by control. Like, you are literally just doing your best to honor yourself and honor your spiritual truths and honor the truths that you have come to understand about the world and live according to those. I feel like you are working really hard to criticize less and be open more, to see the spiritual sides of things. And I think that this person is perceiving you as just really having incredible wisdom and being someone that has awakened so much in this person. I think this person just feels so deeply connected to you. Like, you are the one for them. And like, if this is a platonic connection or something like that, I think that in that case, it's just they literally just feel like you guys are so connected. It doesn't matter like what type of connection it is, but I feel like for a lot of you this will be romantic, because this person is working hard to, in their eyes, be worthy of you. But I think what they are learning is that you're not even motivated by that anyway. I think they're just very humbled by the fact that you've stayed the same throughout, no matter what throughout everything that you've done and experienced. And like, especially if there have been upsets or lows in this connection or mistakes or things like that, the fact that you haven't devolved into berating them, or I feel like this person has had a lot of people project their own insecurities onto them and also like blame them for things that weren't their fault. I think this person's already hard on themselves, so I think this person has a lot of pride around doing things the right way and doing right by people, and they don't always do that. And I think with you, they may really want to prove themselves, especially if they have done you wrong in the past or treated you in a way you didn't deserve. Not only do I think they are very aware of that, but they're realizing like, I need to step it up to be worthy of them. Like, this person doesn't want to waste, like, if you're not in a relationship with them, this person doesn't want to waste your time and energy with a version of them that's not able to step up and step in the light with you. Like, this person does not want to feel like the assistant carrying your dress. This person wants to be on the red carpet with you and feel good about themselves and feel like there is an equalness here. And in order to achieve that, they have to be willing to get into that energy with you. And however they need to do it is however they need to do it. So if that resonates, if that sounds like someone that you know, which if this resonates, you will know. So let's go ahead and see what this person is thinking about you, because they definitely do. I think you both think about each other. Like, even though there might not be much happening in the physical, or your relationship with this person hasn't progressed much, like maybe there's like maybe you've just kind of been off, or there has been like things have kind of taken a pause. You know, full moons are all about release, and I am filming this right around the full moon, or right around the eclipse in Taurus. So I do feel like both of you could be releasing a lot of things right now, taking it easy. But I do just like also want to highlight the fact that like, I think that there's a mutual feeling when you're together of like safetyness, like you can rest, like you can relax. And for someone who's working really hard on their material abundance and really trying to build that, I think that relaxation and rest and pausing is very hard for them, because they just want to be there, they just want to do it, but they might actually inadvertently make things harder for themselves. Let's go ahead and see. Oh crap, did I cut the deck? I'll just do it again. I did also want to mention, by the way, that we are doing an extended for this reading, and it is 18 plus, and it is very juicy. We are going to be looking at first what about you attracts this person, what turns them on about you, and then we're going to be looking at their 18 plus like fantasies and desires, and then we are going to call in their higher self, and their higher self is going to spill a juicy secret that their human self would not tell you. And then we're going to finish off with tons of channel messages. I'm using a few different decks and advice, so if you want to check that out, I would, because it is very excellent, and the extendeds are fun. Anyway, Spirit, when this person is having late night thoughts about pile 4, what are they thinking about? What are their late night thoughts? Ace of Cups. What are their late night thoughts? Okay, wow. These are coming out so fast. Hanged Man, Knight of Cups. What are their late night thoughts? We have the King of Swords. What are their late night thoughts? we have the Six of Swords. The bottom of the deck is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this is beautiful. I wasn't even doing bottom of the deck energies, but since it's already there, might as well. Yeah. This is definitely like this person, part of the reason, oh no, this is Seven of Pentacles, not the Eight of Pentacles, but the Eight of Pentacles is underneath the Seven of Pentacles. So maybe I was meant to read it as the Eight of Pentacles. Anyway, part of the reason why this person holds back is because of fear. Like this is the most disgusting Nine of Swords, and I think it's the most accurate. Like, this person is very hard on themselves because they hold themselves to very high standards. And also, I think that they may delay taking action towards you because of their fears. Like, they want to be solid. Like, they want to have a solid foundation to come to. And also, I think that they are working through survival fears, and feeling like they're worthy, feeling like they're good enough. But I'm moving that out of the way because it's not relevant anymore. We got to talk about these. This person is really in this energy where when they're thinking about you late at night, they're kind of having no choice but to surrender to their feelings. Because with this King of Swords card here, this person definitely has a very evolved mind, and they're likely someone who does operate from a practical, logical standpoint. And I'm hearing live by the sword, die by the sword. I feel like this person is recognizing that they can't live in delusion and also be able to step up into this connection with you. And I feel like they're also realizing where an evolved intellect can be a hindrance rather than something that helps. I feel like they are used to doing things in a very logical manner. Like, it needs to make sense. It needs to have practical value and practical use. But I think what they're realizing is that beautiful mind is irrelevant unless they have a heart and spirit that can support it. And I feel like with the Six of Swords, a lot of their late night thoughts are around moving forward towards brighter days with you. And I think it's beautiful because on your end, we have rainbows. And I do feel like this person kind of sees you as, you know, someone that they can expect, that they can have the full spectrum of experience with. And I think that one thing they do is kind of hold themselves back. I think they fantasize a lot about like just different experiences with you, or they replay memories of you in their head. And I think they think about, I've got to figure out the best way to approach them. Like, I've got to figure out the best way to approach pile 4. I've got to figure out the best way to move forward with pile 4. Like, the Six of Swords is all about moving forward, especially towards less challenging times. Or, you know, the Five of Swords is often about conflict. What's the word? Self-sabotage, all or nothing thinking, wanting to win rather than wanting to collaborate, cooperate. And for this person, they are realizing that I feel like they're wanting to move, especially if there has been any experiences where you guys haven't got along, where this person has hurt you. I think that they are very self-aware of what within them needs to change in order to make sure that those things don't happen again. And I think they're also plotting how to best move forward with you. Like, they see you as someone they're not just going to come in with this is not going to be someone that is very impulsive towards you, even if they're an impulsive individual, because they care so much about the outcome. For some of you, I just got another message. This King of Swords could represent a father figure in your life that this person could be wanting to get the approval of, because that engagement theme is coming up again. So if you are in a relationship with someone and you've been feeling like this person might be thinking about like asking your father figure for permission. I mean, obviously it's kind of an outdated thing, but like, it's important for some people, it's not important for others. Like I said, take what resonates. And I think for some of you, this person is thinking about that. Or if they were to be in a relationship with you, they want to be someone where, you know, a King of Swords figure in your life wouldn't have room to give logical reasons as to why you should reject them or why you shouldn't be with them. I feel like this person wants to feel really good about themselves and not let their mind be the only thing that makes them act. And here's what's so funny. We've got major energies over here to talk about, and I can't because I just feel so drawn to this side of the of the table. And I think it's mainly because this person does like to rely on their intellect. This is what they're more comfortable about. But I think what's really beautiful, especially if this person is used to having a very dark mindset, your connection and your energy is the one thing that is like making them realize that things can be different and that they can change and they can grow. And you've been a huge motivation for them to really evolve out of things that weren't working for them. So let's talk about this energy, because I think that this person fought this connection off for a long time, or fought their feelings for a long time, is continuing to fight their feelings, if I'm being honest, because they do have this very evolved King of Swords energy where they are very good at kind of neglecting and pushing away any emotions that they feel because it doesn't hold utility from their perspective. But I think through you, they're recognizing that there's utility in the full spectrum of experience and in surrendering and in not controlling, because this person is letting go of the need to control their feelings and letting go of the need to control how everything plays out. With the Hanged Man, they might be in a place of pause, but it's because they're integrating deep truths. Like, you know how bats are blind? Like, I feel like this person was really blind to a lot of elements about this connection, about themselves, about the world, about reality. And it's a freeing perspective to have, because if you notice, you know, the darkness is up here and the light is upside down. Like, they're seeing the light in very beautiful ways. Like, the sun is a star. Like, the stars bring light. Like, you've brought so much light and awareness to this person, and while that might have been hard, it's also so beautiful and rejuvenating. And I think that this person thinks about an emotional beginning with you, an opportunity to tell you how they feel, or an Ace of Cups moment. Aces are all about opportunities, and I think that this person is thinking about the best way to approach you. When is the best time to offer this cup, and how can I make sure I'm ready for it? With the Knight of Cups being here, I feel like this person is kind of lovesick right now. Like, I feel like this is someone who has pushed away their emotions for so long, and their emotions for you are so deep and intense. Like, and I think the thing is it's not that they're becoming aware of how intense and deep their emotions are, but I feel like this is the first time they're allowing the intensity of those emotions to actually penetrate their heart space. Raw dog their heart space. And I think because of that, it's like this is a whole new world for them, in the sense that they've really been shut off from that part of themselves. Like, it makes sense that the emotional element of themselves would be a Knight of Cups, whereas their analytical side is a King of Swords. You know, they're more aware of that element of themselves, but they're thinking about and this is not only in terms of you, but how can I make sure that I'm living from a more enjoyable place? Like, I feel like them awakening to their feelings, and for some of you, this may not be a recent awakening. Like, if you've been in a relationship with this person, for example, a lot of this energy about like becoming aware of their emotions is not like, it's not them like just becoming aware of their emotions. Like, if you've been dating this person for 2 years, I don't think they're like, oh wow, I think I actually really love pile 4. Like, no, they obviously love you. But I think for those of you where it's not a relationship, I think that they are allowing themselves to feel emotion, romantic emotion, love, for the first time in a long time. And I think it's making them realize how many actions they've taken out of practicality, out of service, out of duty, out of obligation that wasn't true to them. Like, I feel like they're having a real awakening of like, life does not have to be suffering and miserable. Like, life does not have to be you're born, you work, you die. Like, I think this person is realizing there's so much more to life, and that there is hope, and that there is healing. And I think that they're doing a lot of healing right now by no longer resisting the dark world that they once thought was their complete existence. If anything, you've awakened them to literally a whole new world. Go for, like, you are, I was gonna say good for you, Princess Jasmine, but then I got paused. But also you could be Aladdin, because Aladdin's the one with the carpet ride. And I'm pretty sure he's the one that starts singing A Whole New World. So anyway, this person is just like, I think that they are genuinely so humbled and grateful and fucked up by like how much this connection has changed their perspective on life, how much you've changed their perspective on life, how much there is to this world that they weren't aware of, and the fact that life is so much more than what is tangible and what we can physically see. And I think that if you're in a relationship with this person, I think one thing that they think about is the next time they're going to be with you and the excitement around that. And, you know, they might be thinking about like, for some of you, they might be the type of person to like type out like really long messages about how they feel about you. And if this person doesn't send them to you, I think that they do that like in their notes app. Like they are understanding their feelings for you through like writing it out through words. And I also think that this person is excited for things to move forward with you. The fact that we have the stagnation card and then we have the Six of Swords with moving forward, I feel like this person is just hoping that everything unfolds the way it's meant to. Because I think that there's an element of this person where they can't take action right now, or there's something that they have to surrender to. Like there's still lessons that they need to learn, or like, for example, like one of the examples I used earlier, maybe they need to have a couple more months of income, or this, like there could be a lot of different things. But I feel like ultimately this person like, oh, they reflect on moments that they've had with you or conversations that they've had with you that kind of made their heart flutter. I think they also think about like, oh, like what's the next meeting gonna be like? How is this gonna be different? How is this gonna change? Like I feel like this person is just realizing like, with this Ace of Cups, like I cannot give up an opportunity for genuine happiness. And if you're already with this person, then I think with this Ace of Cups, I think that they think about the fact that like it doesn't get old with you, like they haven't gotten bored of you. And I think also like if things have been stagnating between the two of you, I feel like this person just cannot wait to be close to you again, cannot wait to reignite the passionate feelings that they have towards you. And I feel like with this Knight of Cups, like this person, they're also thinking about like ways in which they want to show you their feelings. And they might be doing that through art, like you might be their muse, or they might be doing that through planning, through coming up with strategies, but I think this also just extends to them like, now that they're becoming more aware of their heart space, or now that they're allowing their heart space to dictate more of their perspective and their choices, they're realizing things that they've also wanted to try and wanted to do and wanted to experience that they pushed away before because it didn't hold utility. Like I'm using that word a lot, utility. So, but I think they're realizing that utility is not the only aspect of life, and that, you know, a lot of the greatest parts of life are not utilities. They're experiences. They're meaningful moments that you can't put a price on. And I think that this person really is just like, I think that they think about moving forward with you and what that will look like. And I think that if you and this person are not communicating, or things aren't really happening between the two of you right now, I think that this person is planning on moving forward with you or figuring out the best way, because they definitely want to take action towards you, but they want to make sure it's action that is rooted in both something that makes sense to them and wise, but also honors how they're feeling. Like they don't want to come in too dry and give you the wrong impression. If you are with this person, or if you're talking to this person, I definitely think that they are thinking about like they want to move forward with you. They are thinking about a higher level of commitment. How will that fit in their life? What do they need to change? There's a lot of like this King of Swords is coming in as a practical element. Like now that there's the awareness of either, oh, I have the feelings and I want to explore them, or I love this human, I want to explore more, I want to grow more, or this is definitely a human that I want to commit to. How can I make myself a worthy partner? How can I make that happen? I feel like no matter what the case may be, they are just recognizing what is within their control and what isn't. They're letting go of the need to try and control their perspective. And they are starting to see the joy and the beauty in indulging in their heart space and recognizing that part of the reason why you've gotten to where you are, part of the reason why you've been able to have the perspective you have and have such poise and grace with this person and other people is because you are living from your heart, not just from your logical side. You're not operating from a place of ego. You're operating from a place of love and truth. So I think that this person is just recognizing that I'm hearing this is the start of something new, which is definitely a High School Musical song. But I definitely think that whether you are already in a relationship with this person or not, I think that there is something brewing and that this is kind of just like, things are gonna get lit soon. I think there will be illumination, and I think that if things have been on pause, I think that things will be speeding up, and I think a lot of it is around this person integrating the lessons that they need to, giving themselves time for plans, doing whatever it is that they need to do and surrender to so that they can act out these plans and move forward. But I do feel like this is quicker than you may realize. So let's go ahead and clarify these messages these thoughts with some channeled messages. And I must say, if you never checked out the Hermit Tarot, you absolutely should. I dropped one of your advice cards. Oh no, where did that go? I don't know, but we'll look for it in it. Oh no, I didn't. I only dropped one. Okay. Yeah, the universe is like, no, you got it. So we're just gonna clarify these messages with these channel messages. So Spirit, can you clarify the Ace of Cups, please? What is this Ace of Cups about? And we have a 1. I have so much desire for you. I think this is technically the Ace of Wands, but I think it's very fitting with the Ace of Cups as well. And I love that because it's an 11. What about the Hanged Man? Can you clarify the Hanged Man, please? I need more time for me. Okay. I actually did this differently. So even though I've revealed these, I'm going to leave that one up. But I did these one at a time and showed them one at a time in the other piles, and so I actually kind of want to do that. Okay, but yeah, the universe is not listening to me, but that's fine. Okay, what about the King of Swords? Okay, and what about the Six of Swords? Can you clarify the Six of Swords? Okay, what's on the bottom of the deck? I need more balance. That's definitely what this person is doing right now. Like, they're trying to find more balance. And I think that this person can no longer ignore how deeply they desire you and like how deeply they desire your energy, your presence. Like, literally just Google this scene in that fucking Narnia movie where Prince Caspian and Edmund are looking at the Star Lady. Like, she has some like convoluted name. It's not Galadriel because that's Lord of the Rings, but she gives Galadriel vibes, or Arwen vibes because Arwen's a baddie too. But anyway, she definitely gives much more Galadriel vibes, but like the way that they look at her, especially Prince Caspian, like that look says so much. And that is a look that I would almost guarantee this person has given you, or you will recognize that look when you look up that clip. I'm just telling you, do it. You will not be disappointed. So clarifying the Hanged Man, we have, I need more time for me, and you are so beautiful, why do you need me? And this makes so much sense because this is exactly what I was talking about in terms of this person needing time to grow, needing time to accomplish their goals because they don't see their value yet. They see your value, but they're still learning to see theirs, and they need time to be able to recognize it's not that you need them, it's that you want them. You want to enjoy your life with them, and you want them to feel as good about being in the connection with you as they do about themselves. You want them to feel good about who they are and not feel like it needs to be balanced and equal. And so I think that this person is really taking time to get out of this mentality that they're not good enough or that they need to be worth more. You know, this is the 9 of Pentacles, and I really do feel like this person kind of sees you as having it all, and so they're like, well, what do I have? I've got to have more. And I think that they need time and space to work that out and understand that their worth and how you feel about them does not stem from what they do or what they have, but something much deeper. And the thing is that you could say that to them until you're blue in the face, but it doesn't really matter, because it's not about what someone says. It's not about what is true. It's about what triggers their insecurities and what prevents them from authentically connecting with you. Now, clarifying the Knight of Cups, we have the 6 of Cups with I could be your hero, baby, and I worry about us a lot. So I definitely think that this person wants to be the best version of themselves for you. And I think with this Knight of Cups, like, I feel like this person wants to feel like you need them. And I think that that is something where, like, this person wants to be able to come in and prove something to you, like prove that they're worthy. And I wish I could just give this person a hug and be like, baby, you're already worthy. Like, it's all about recognizing that. Like, and I think you would probably say the same thing. But with this, I worry about us a lot. Like, I think that this person starts to doubt what they're thinking, starts to doubt what they're feeling. And I think that their feelings for you, their feelings for this connection are something that kind of like helps them push through the worry. Like, they might have a lot of anxiety about the situation, but the emotion that they have for you that they're no longer suppressing moves them to do more than they thought, to be more than they thought they could be. And I feel like this person really does want to prove themselves to you. Like, they might have worries and they might have fears, but they're not letting those worries and fears stop them from at least trying to be the person that you need to be and from being on an even playing field with you. Like, I feel like they just want to sweep you off your feet, honestly. They want to, you know, that song, they want to kiss away the pain. Like, they want to be all that for you. Clarifying the King of Swords, we have, I left because you told me to. So I feel like for some of you, that could be the case. Like, maybe you told this person to leave or something like that. But also, I think that this person with this King of Swords is like, you may not have pushed this person away, but this person may have like preemptively rejected you or pushed themselves away from you because they could have been under the mindset of like, well, they're just going to reject me anyway. They're just going to realize how much I suck anyway. Like, I feel like this person, I think they make a lot of assumptions sometimes about things that aren't actually true. I kind of want to get a clarifier for that. Can you clarify this King of Swords? I left because you told me to. Okay. Bottom of the deck now is I never imagined so much perfection. The 18 plus is gonna be interesting. But I definitely think that maybe, like, if, for example, like, if you were physically intimate with this person and you wanted something more and they weren't ready for that, like, they might have realized, like, oh, this person isn't just viewing me as, like, an object for gratification. Like, maybe they're used to people looking at them that way or used to casual things. But the fact that we have double 8s here, and this would be the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So I feel like this person is recognizing that they have to make a choice in this connection. Either they can choose to follow the energy of the connection, to follow the triggers that are pushing them to grow and evolve, or they can choose to let go of the connection and instead choose the toxicity that keeps them stuck in cycles that keep them unhappy. And I'm not saying that this person is inherently toxic, but like, we all have toxic behaviors in one way or another that we could all improve, right? And I think in this person's case, like, they don't want to do wrong by you. They also don't want to be rejected by you. I feel like that's a big fear of theirs. And I feel like part of their desire to be on your level and worthy and have a lot to give is to kind of be a security blanket, like a safety net, if you do reject them, because I feel like they have so much desire for you and they want to take action towards you, but they want to make sure that they're doing it from the right place and that you won't reject them. Because if you do reject them, they won't fight you on it. Like, they will just listen. All right, what about the Six of Swords? We have no and strength with ego. So I definitely think that this person, they definitely could have rejected you in the past, or rejected this connection, or been unwilling to compromise, or for some of you, if you're in a relationship with this person, they could have been, maybe you told them like you needed space or like you needed time or something like that, and they're giving you that, but also like they might really miss like the physical connection you guys have, or like the sort of saucy stuff you do together. So they might be like, ugh, I really want to tell pile 4 how I'm feeling, but I also want to give them a space to process and heal and not intrude on them. Especially if you guys like are in like an argument or something, you probably don't want to hear from them like, hey, I'm horny for you. Like, I don't know, it's probably not going to help much. But with this Six of Swords, I feel like this person wants to move past the ways in which their ego stopped them from true happiness. Like, I feel like they've been saying no to light, the full spectrum of light, color, and I feel like they're coming out of a dark night of the soul, and I think they're realizing that their ego has a strong role in that. And I think what they're also realizing is the fact that, and it's interesting because red is typically the color of the root chakra rather than this yellow, but I think in this case this person is realizing what barriers they have in the physical that are stopping them from moving forward. Like, if their ego is stronger than their heart, because there's another 8, I feel like they're realizing they have to say no to their ego and say yes to their heart, and that's hard. 888 could be a significant synchronicity as well. Like, I also think the sheer attraction and desire for you is something that makes this person want to move forward even more. But we're going to go ahead and finish this reading off with some guidance cards for you. So to start, we have the root chakra with the theme of restore. The trigger statement is I am broken, and the true statement is I'm illuminated. As you release your attachment to the high and low, you find peace and balance. Honor the cycles of your body and energy now. Yeah, I definitely think there's grounding happening for both of you. Actually, it's kind of interesting is maybe you're doing a lot of root chakra healing and this person is doing a lot of like crown chakra healing, like especially if you're a more crowny type person naturally. Yeah, I don't know. But I also think that learning to zoom out and recognize the cycles at play and at hand, and the fact that things always shift, you know, 8s are infinities, that'll help. What else though, Spirit? Let it flow. Creativity, great ideas, inspiration. So this is Empress energy incarnate, allowing things to flow, allowing the cycles of life to happen, following your creativity, following your ideas, allowing yourself to be inspired, and also allowing yourself to act on inspiration around this connection. I think that especially if this connection has been responsible for any sort of success that you're having now, whether overtly or just through the impact it's had on you, I think the universe is saying you don't need to push that away or try to place expectations or distort things because things aren't happening the way you would like them to or the way that you pictured them to. I think the universe is saying let this flow and let things unfold. Like, the universe really has your back. But we also have happiness is found in the present moment. I just need to be present, hear, see, and sense. This right here is my life. Yes, and I think that's one thing the universe is saying too. Like, if you are waiting for this person to show up and then you'll be happy, the universe is saying no, that's exactly what's holding this person back, whether they realize it or not. Like, you both need to find I think for this person, it's about recognizing their worth. And for you, it's about recognizing that your joy can exist whether this person is showing up in your life or not. And that if you're only focused on that and maybe disappointed at how things aren't happening according to your timing, recognize that timing is a trapping of the ego. And not only that, but it seems like if this connection is happening in a way that you're not happy with and you're upset with things not unfolding the way you thought they would, I feel like the universe is saying you might be allowing that to distract you from a lot of blessings that you already have in your life and The universe is trying to show you that your joy does not exist in this other person. It exists in your life, and you both are meant to recognize that joy, recognize that inherent value you both have, so that you can come together and share it with one another. But we also have, consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. And so I think that loving yourself and living a life that stems from love is recognizing that you don't have to work to deserve loving action towards yourself. Deserving is conditional love, and that's not what you are meant to, how you are meant to treat yourself. I think that with this, I also think given whatever your upbringing was, the universe might be asking you to look at what beliefs you have inherited around love, based upon the people around you, based upon your experiences and upbringing, and asking, is that really true, or is that what I've been conditioned to believe? I also think that just seeing where you can add more love into your life and see where love already exists can really help you get in that energy of just recognizing that, like, no matter what happens with this connection, everything will be okay, and that nothing needs to be rushed, because the present moment is such a fucking gift. And if we really want to honor the universe and honor ourselves, looking to the love in every moment and finding gratitude and learning to find peace is one of the best ways to just allow things flow and really be your defined badass self. So pile 4, I'm going to move things over to the extended now, but if you are leaving me here, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for letting my ads play in the background. That is one of the simplest and easiest ways to support me, as well as liking the video. Seriously, please like it if you enjoyed it. That helps me so much. Commenting down below, let me know how it resonates. Subscribe if you haven't already, and click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new reading. I do tend to respond to comments when I first upload. Shout out to my notification squad. You guys are the best. And what else? I have merch, and I have one single Instagram account and tons of scammers pretending to be me. So make sure you find my real account by following the link that is on my page. And just know I do not offer personal readings, and my scammers are dumb as fuck, and they usually put I do not offer personal readings and then we'll slide into your DMs offering you personal readings. So just know that's not me. I don't do stupid shit like that. I'm a Virgo moon. I'm detail oriented. I don't fuck with that. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I hope you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye!